Jacobs Field. It's the final game of spring training 1994 as the Indians host the Pirates. Sports Channel is proud to be part of this day. This is it, the new home of the Cleveland Indians. Beautiful Jacobs Field in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. We welcome you to the ballpark along with Rick Manning. I'm John Sanders, and this is one day that the final score and what happens on the field is second. Out in right field, Manny Ramirez wins that job.
I think it's a big surprise to a lot of people because everybody wrote that it was going to be a Wayne Kirby, Ruben Amaro platoon. Well, Ramirez went down to spring training, had a heck of a spring, really fought to get on this ball club, and I think it's great for the club. This young man's got a chance to win Rookie of the Year, and he won that job to play right field.
He played very well in spring training, hitting .340, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. He will be in the starting lineup here this afternoon. It's exhibition baseball. The Pirates and the Indians, we get set to start it all at brand new, beautiful Jacobs Field. We'll have the starting lineups and the first pitch coming up right after this.
Sports Channel's coverage of Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by your local Sherwin-Williams paint stores. The pros know, ask Sherwin-Williams, an official sponsor of Major League Baseball. By your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. By Cuprinol, maker of fine wood stains, sealers, and preservatives. By Budweiser, Beechwood aged for a crisp, clean, classic taste. You'll do better at Motor Cars. And by Continental Airlines. Fly for peanuts only on Continental's Peanuts flights. Call 1-800-532-FARE.
Driver, do you have any Bud Light in your vehicle?
Yes.
Then I am Mr. Gallywikich.
You mean Dr. Galakowitz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
You know, since this commercial started, about 7 people have won Ohio Lottery instant games. Make that 19. You see 3 people win instant games every second. It never stops. Just think, in the time it takes to zap this commercial, surf a few channels, a good movie. Nice purse there. Check the weather and zap back. 45 or 50 more people have won, bringing our total for this 30-second commercial to 85, 87, 90. There are a whole lot of folks. 93, 94, 95.
For years, the people of New England had a secret that guarded them from the harsh weather, a secret that protected their wooden vessels from the raging storms. And what they use to protect their wood, you can use to protect yours. Wood preservatives, stains, clears. Cuprinol, we promise the best.
It is filled to capacity. Jacobs Field in downtown Cleveland. Final spring training game of 1994 as the Indians host their National League neighbors from the east. Just down the turnpike, the Pittsburgh Pirates are here. And let's meet Jim Leyland's starting lineup. All the Pirate players very impressed with this beautiful facility. Their lineup will be led by Tom Foley, the veteran. Jay Bell, who had a great year last year at shortstop, the former Indian. Al Martin in center field. Jeff King had a good spring. He's the third baseman. Orlando Merced is in right field. Dave Clark is in left field this afternoon. Brian Hunter from the Atlanta Braves is the DH. Kevin Young is the first baseman. And Don Slott will bat ninth, and he'll do the catching this afternoon against Charles Nagy as we are underway.
Charles, that first pitch is striking. You see Sandy Alomar flipping that ball over to the dugout. They are certainly going to save that. That's the first pitch thrown in Jacobs Field.
See Charles's numbers in spring training. Certainly not what he had hoped, but he is building up that arm strength, trying to get back to where he was. He will pitch the third game of the season. Swing and a miss by Foley.
Yeah, but John, his last start, he had good movement, and Charlie was getting some downward action on that ball. And I think you're really going to see him pick up a lot the second half of this year after he builds up that arm strength.
And with the operation, you saw he only pitched 48 2/3 innings last year. The appeared in only 9 games, did have 1 complete game, but Charles came back to pitch in the old ballpark on the last game there, and fittingly is first on the mound in the new park as he moves Foley out of the way. Foley playing second base. That position is going to be occupied by Garcia when the season opens for the Pirates. And the Pirates have had a terrific spring. They've won 8 straight ball games. They're 18-10. They've had a lot of offense and better than expected pitching.
Yeah, that's the thing I think where the Pirates are going to have problems this year is their pitching staff. Their starters got to go more innings, and they really don't have a closer in that bullpen as well because Pena is on the disabled list.
The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're just underway. And to a man, the Pirates very impressed with Jacobs Field. It's a ground ball to the right side. Sorrento is there. That is out number 1.
Well, that's what you want to see Charles Nagy get his ground balls. He had Foley out in front all 3 times that he swung at the ball, and that's when Charlie is effective, is when he gets the ground balls.
Former Indian Jay Bell will step in. As a matter of fact, Rick, he was the first person that we saw when we got in the locker room, in the Indians locker room. He was over to say hello to some old friends. And Jay, coming off a great season last year, takes ball 1. Jay batted .310, hit 9 homers, drove in 51, and finally won the Gold Glove. As Andy Van Slyke says, he hit enough to win a Gold Glove.
Sometimes you have to do that. Well, they felt here in Cleveland that he was not capable of playing shortstop every day in the big leagues, but over on that turf, he's really made an adjustment and has done a fine job for Pittsburgh.
Catches the corner for strike 1. 2-1 is the count. Jay Bell having a good spring as he faces Charles Nagy, hitting .348. He leads his team in home runs with 4 this spring. Pulls this one foul just outside of third.
It's a great look we're going to get this year from behind home plate, as you can see the pitcher challenging that hitter.
You know, it was interesting to watch the fans coming in and just kind of wandering around with their eyes wide open, settling down to watch some baseball now. And you can see they're still touring.
I was amazed at all the red and blue going in the hallways. I had to take a walk to center field, and John, the Indians memorabilia, the jackets, the hats, the shirts, the jerseys, it was unbelievable.
The count is 3-2. Not sure where that one was, but it's ball 4. Home plate umpires Brian O'Nora, Randy Marsh, and Greg Kosk are working the bases. We'll set the defense behind Charles Nagy. It's Bell, Lofton, and Manny Ramirez in the outfield. Sorrento, Baerga, Vizquel, and Tomey the infielders. Sandy Alomar Jr. behind the plate for 26-year-old Charles Nagy, the pride of the University of Connecticut. The batter is Al Martin. Martin, the center fielder, pulls it foul outside of first between first base coach Tommy Sant and the bag. Tommy Sant, by the way, very good friends with Jeff Newman. Al Martin's numbers from a year ago. He has struggled somewhat this spring, batting only .189. And if you look at the 2 new divisions, these 2 teams now in the Central Division, swing and a miss, strike 2. They are the leaders in spring training wins in their respective divisions.
Well, like you say, it's nice to have a good spring. Both clubs, Pittsburgh with an 8-game win streak and the Indians with a 5-game. It's a good way to leave spring training, is get out to start the year is on a positive note. But once that first pitch is thrown on Monday right here, all those numbers you can throw out the door.
That's exactly right. I was talking to Rich Donnelly of the Pirates, and I said, boy, you guys have had a better spring than anyone thought. He said, yeah, unfortunately, they don't count.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the way coaches and players, I mean, it does count, but it doesn't. I think it matters more to the fans that you get wins than it does to the managers, the coaching staff. They want to get their team in shape and healthy.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count. As Nagy moves him off the plate a bit. Runner at first is Jay Bell. He walked with 1 out. You see the special blue tops being worn for this special occasion.
That's how they will be worn during the course of the year on special days.
Pulled to the right side. Baerga has only 1 play. Goes to first for out number 2. Normally they'll be all white. The new red trim, the stockings, the shoes. I like them.
Let me ask you, when we came in today to this ballpark and we had a chance to see the team out on the field, they had all red jackets on and jerseys. It looked like a different ball club.
Certainly did. It is an all-new look, an all-new feeling in Jacobs Field. There are the troops, all ready to go. You see some of the red jackets. Is the locker room big enough, do you think?
Oh, man.
Breaking ball catches the outside corner. King is having an outstanding spring himself, coming off his best year in the majors. Drove in 98, hit almost 300, but he's hit 3 homers, driven in 23. He is the National League spring training RBI leader. Pops this one foul, out of play. Both these teams showing a lot of offense in spring training, but nobody has been able to match the Indians with their .315 team batting average. The Pirates had a spring training batting average of .281.
No, you look through the stands, there's quite a few gold jackets as well. The Pittsburgh fans drove up today to get into this ballpark and share it with the Indians fans.
Caught the bat, foul, still no balls, 2 strikes. Talking to some of the people who came up from Pittsburgh, there is a feeling that they're doing well in ticket sales in Pittsburgh too, especially because they have the All-Star game this summer. But this is going to take some people away from them who'll make a decision to drive to Cleveland rather than going to Pittsburgh.
Those, you mean split maybe in Youngstown, right, or close there too?
Exactly right.
Well, after getting a look at it, I can see why.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Nagy walks one, they strand one. We'll check out the Indians starting 9 when we come back.
Koenig Sports. Name your game. Koenig's has what every cleanup hitter needs. Save now on the Easton Hammer aluminum softball bat and Easton's Magnum, the ultimate lightweight Little League bat. Then get a home run grip with a pair of Franklin Cabrera leather batting gloves. Koenig Sports saves you money right now on a batter's best friend. Koenig Sports. Name your game.
No, they made us feel very comfortable. Well, they weren't pushy.
And I was given all the time. Just go ahead and make the decision. It allowed you to think, sit back. We took up better part of their Saturday and part of their Saturday night in closing all this up. And nobody made me feel like, look, let's get this done so I can get out of here. And I feel like I'm at home over there. It's a friendly place. It's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, we did do better at motor cars.
1, 2, 3.
We did better at motor cars.
Let's meet the starting 9 for Mike Hargrove's Cleveland Indians in their first game in Jacobs Field. Back in the lineup, despite some problems in that rib cage area. Leading off, Kenny Lofton. Batting second is Omar Vizquel. Carlos Baerga bats third. Albert Bell is the cleanup hitter. Eddie Murray, the DH. Paul Sorrento bats behind him at first. Sandy Alomar, the catcher. Jim Thome at third. And the rookie, Manny Ramirez, bats ninth and plays right field.
26-year-old, a promising young pitcher, Paul Wagner for the Pirates, will be making his team-leading 7th start this spring. And this young man has got a bright future ahead of him. He's 1-1 this spring with a 1.74, and he's always seemed to pitch well in the spring in his career. 4-1 with a 1.26 during the spring. So he is on, but you can tell he'll be pitching, what, about the 3rd or 4th game for the Pirates this year.
Yes, he will, and he is a young man who started in the bullpen for them last year, but by the middle of June was pretty much in the rotation, and they think he may be their ace of the future. Everything is big here. Huh?
Well,
Kenny Lofton leads it off. Interesting, him telling us and you that the rib cage was injured by swinging, but it hurts him more when he runs than when he swings.
I think it's in the back side of that rib cage. He did it taking batting practice. This is the first time he has played this in 6 games, so we need this young man in there.
His numbers from a year ago, 325 as he led the majors in stolen bases. Lofton hitting .418 this spring with a homer and 5 runs batted in. Looks at strike 1. This might be the opening day lineup. The only exception for the Indians might be at first base, whether he decides to start Sorrento against the big unit or not.
Well, also you could look at Mark Lewis at third base for Jim Thome. It all depends on what goes on.
Espinosa, Tony Pena, Mark Lewis, Candy Maldonado, and Dwayne Kirby, the extra men for the Indians. 2-1 the count on Lofton. And there will be a lot of trivia from this game. Like first hit, first run, first home run. One of my favorite trivia questions is who hit the first home run in the Astrodome?
Watson.
No. Line to short, one away. It was Mickey Mantle in an exhibition game just before the season started.
Oh, you see now?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're trying to be tricky.
They played an exhibition game, and Mantle hit the first home run.
You were announcing that one too, I hear.
No, not quite. Here's Omar Vizquel. A .255 average last year. Strong first half. He tailed off offensively in the second half. He was in the top 10 around All-Star break time.
This guy could be a key guy in the second slot this year. As we know, Wayne Kirby had a terrific year in that second slot last year, and I think a lot of people are questioning move, but why Manny Ramirez is going to be here, because he did such a good job. But Vizquel's job will be to battle that pitcher and take a few pitches from Lofton to steal, move the runner over. Vizquel's a pretty good bunter.
Let's check the defense behind Wagner this afternoon. It's Clark, Martin, and Merced in the outfield. Young at first, Foley at second, Bell is the shortstop, King at third, the veteran Don Slott behind the plate. And Vizquel back in there. The count 1-1.
We've got a few Bells in this ball game, don't we? Albert Bell, Jay Bell, Buddy Bell.
Buddy got a nice hand when he's introduced. There's a slicing base hit to left. We've seen Vizquel do that a lot when he was wearing that Mariners uniform, and he serves a soft single to left field. That is the first hit in Jacobs Field.
This is vintage Omar Vizquel right here, so you fans get a good look at it. When he's swinging the bat and takes that line drive the other way, little slap hitter, and there it is. That is him. He's ready to go.
That'll bring up Carlos Baerga. Vizquel aboard, the Indians and the Pirates. Bottom of the first, no score from Jacobs Field. And I'm telling you what, this field is in tremendous condition.
Yes, it is. Brandon and his boys, the ground crew, have done a terrific job with the tough winter that we have had here. It is in gorgeous shape.
Carlos checking in with Jeff Newman down at third. Dave Nelson is at first. Baerga, 321 a year ago. 21 homers, 114 runs batted in. Hitting just under 300 in spring training. Flips that one foul and out of play. Well, balls, 2 strikes. We want to send get well greetings to Steve Welch, big Indians fan who's watching the game today on Sports Channel. And we thank everybody for joining us this afternoon. We'll be finished long before the Final Four.
Why, are they playing basketball today?
I think so.
Well, I know one thing. It's got to be great for the fans at home that we're not able to get a ticket to come down here. At least they will not miss anything and get the opportunity to watch it right here on Sports Channel and enjoy it as we are.
Downstairs for a ball. It's 1-2. New faces on the Indians this year: Eddie Murray, Manny Ramirez, Omar Vizquel. Mark Lewis was not here at the start of last year, nor was Jim Thome, Jack Morris, Chris Nabholz, Dennis Martinez, Steve Farr, Russ Swan, and Tony Pena. It's a pretty good turnover in the roster.
Well, let's just say that's the start of it this year. Faces change early in the season. It's the 25 that they decided to go with coming out of spring training.
Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gone from last year: Ojeda, Mutis, Dennis Cook, Slocum, Sam Horn, Fermin, Jefferson, Balecki, Milligan, Scudder, who's in the Pirates organization now. They just sent him down. Jeff Treadway and Junior Ortiz. These two teams had very similar records last year. The Indians finished 1 game better than the Pirates. Fly ball, shallow and right. Merced coming on and makes the catch. 2 outs. Vizquel back to first. One of the differences, one of the reasons that the Pirates are able to hang tough is because of their defense. They were second best in the National League last year. Made only 105 errors.
Well, Jim Leyland preaches that. You've got to play good defense. There's a gentleman sitting on their stairs, Bill Verdon, who is a fantastic outfielder in his own right. They have always had very solid defense. And that keeps them in ball games, John. They haven't had the pitching staff. They've been like Cleveland was last year. No real bullpen, no one stopper, and they ran into problems with starting pitching.
They had so many injuries to their starters last year. Bell swings through it for strike 1. We're talking about key people like Zane Smith and Randy Tomlin. They're numbers 1 and 2 pitchers. And of course Alejandro Pena out all of last year.
And he's starting the DL this year.
And he's got the bleeding ulcers.
But Smith is back. Tomlin back.
We may see Randy Tomlin today. I asked Ray Miller how long he thought that Paul Wagner might pitch. He said as long as the Indians let him.
That's a good way of putting it.
The major league leader in runs batted in with 129 for Albert. Bell swings. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. You take numbers 3, 4, and 5, and you've got 343 runs batted in this Indians lineup.
Well, that's the big difference this year when you look behind Albert Bell and you see who's on deck. It's the veteran and future Hall of Famer Eddie Murray. And it just strengthens the rest of that lineup. You look up and down the Indians lineup to what they have there today, and they have got a very solid lineup without an easy out.
Vizquel drawing a throw from Paul Wagner. As Rick mentioned, he's 26. Albert Bell digging in. The runner going, and the throw is offline.
That was a situation you're going to see a lot this year when the pitcher's ahead of Albert Bell. Count right there was 1-2. Vizquel, better speed than Fermin had. As you see, he gets a good jump, and why not take a chance and get him in scoring position? Slot comes up to throw wide the second base side of the bag, and Vizquel in easy for the 34th stolen base for the Indians.
Catch all the excitement of the Steel-a-thon sale at your nearby Steel dealer who services Steel outdoor power equipment. Runner in scoring position for Albert Bell. The count is 2-2. 2 outs. 3-2 now. And this is a situation where you want to see Albert be selective. He's got the count back to 3-2 now. And knowing that Eddie's batting behind him, he can sit on his pitch sometimes.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now Albert is a lot smarter hitter than people give him credit for. In this situation, I bet he's looking for a breaking ball with first base open. And I don't think the pitcher's going to challenge him with a fastball here.
You got him. Albert down swinging. The inning is over. The Indians get a hit. They strand 1. We've played 1. No score.
Here are 3 premium flat latex wall paints and new Everclean, only from Sherwin-Williams, a paint that really holds up against stains. We'll take tough stains like grease, red wine, tea, grape juice, coffee, mustard, and let them set overnight. Everclean is a flat latex wall paint with a non-porous finish, so it cleans off easily. Stains don't stand a chance with new Everclean. Sherwin-Williams.
Investing your money by mail, huh, Ernie? Did you ever think you're sending your money to strangers, Ernie? There is an easier way. Just visit your local Society bank and talk to one of our investment specialists. So, Ern, don't send money to strangers. Just invest in Society, where to grow. I believe that's a federal offense, Ernie.
No, they made us feel very comfortable. Well, they weren't pushy.
And I was given all the time. Just go ahead and make the decision. It allowed you to think, sit back. We took up better part of their Saturday and part of their Saturday night in closing all this up. And nobody made me feel like, look, let's get this done so I can get out of here. And I feel like I'm at home over there. It's a friendly place. It's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, we did do better at motor cars.
1, 2, 3.
We did better at motor cars.
We welcome you back to Jacobs Field in Cleveland, Ohio on a glorious afternoon, the first event. An exhibition spring training game, no score. Second inning, the Indians have the only hit so far. Vizquel's single in the first. First base runner was Jay Bell, who walked. I'm John Sanders, along with Rick Manning and Lisa Burkhew. You were with us for the pregame show, a full hour. We'll have a lot of those this year. Normally only a half hour, though, with Michael Regai, Bill Needle, Lisa. set, hits it on the ground to second base. Baerga takes care of Pirates right fielder. How many innings would you expect Charlie to go today? 6 maybe?
I would think so. Let me think. Probably Thursday, so he's got some time off. I think he may be on about an 80 pitch limit. He can get 6 or better than that.
This is his final tune-up, obviously.
Didn't really get a chance to talk to a lot of people around there today. Everybody was so busy and everything's so new.
Lined into center field, a base hit by Dave Clark. Continues a strong spring. He came in batting .373. First hit given up by Nagy.
See, Clark likes to extend the arm. See if Charlie started him out with that fastball away. Clark just, that's exactly what he did. A little sinker. Stayed on that ball nicely and drilled it into center field for the Pirates' first hit.
That will bring up Brian Hunter, who came over to the Pirates from Atlanta. Went around, didn't want to, strike 1. Got some pop, a little bit of power. One ball, 1 strike. Hunter did not come as a free agent, though. The Pirates did not sign any free agents. The team in baseball that didn't sign any free agents. He was traded by Atlanta to the Pirates for a player to be named, and he hits that one well to left field. Back is Albert Bell near the warning track. It's off the wall. Bell's throw comes towards second base. Sorrento hustling there, but he overran the bag, or they might have had him. Albert went behind the runner at third. It's a double, and runners at second and third for the Pirates.
Well, normally you're not going to follow up. That ball hit over Albert's head. He played it very well off the wall, stopped and got it on a 1 hop. So everybody's going to be shifted to go to third base on this ball. Watch how nicely he plays it. Sorrento's going to be trailing this play, but watch, 1 hop. Albert says, I'm going to go to second base and try and get Hunter to throw his error, but your players are not going to be there, so you got to be careful on that throw. Sorrento tried to tag him, but Pittsburgh in business now. Runners on second and third.
We'll bring up Kevin Young, and it'll be interesting to see Albert and the other outfielders learn the nuances, the bounces, the nooks and crannies of this outfield.
Yeah, what you got to realize, this is brand new to them as well. I mean, so they really don't have a home field advantage right now outside of the fans cheering for them.
Low and away to Young. 1 ball and 1 strike. And there is the outfield view as it angles out to 405 in center, then quickly back across by the Indians bullpen. The visiting team bullpen is down the right field line. Pulls it foul into the Indians dugout.
After that ball came off the wall, it looked pretty true coming off that padding. You know, some of it may be live. You know, you may hit one that seems a little dead, but Albert played that ball very nicely.
That wall behind Albert, 18 feet high, all the way out to center field, and it comes down
to 8 feet. The rest of the way around.
The count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Runners at second and third for the Pirates, who a year ago finished 5th in the East. They'll be in the Central Division. They were 75 and 87, but they played well in one-run ball games. They were 29 and 19. And that again, I think, in part due to their good defense. Chops it foul.
The first night game at the Indians' new ballpark will be Wednesday, beginning at 7:05 when the Tribe takes on the Seattle Mariners with John's favorite, a fireworks extravaganza. That's immediately following the game. And don't miss out on the historic first night game at the new ballpark and the Tribe's first fireworks night of the season. And I'm glad to be here.
Fouled away again. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The weather just gorgeous today. The lights, by the way, are on.
Oh, I thought the sun was out.
Well, I think it is someplace. The temperature at game time, 68 degrees. Had a chance to talk to players on both sides, making comparisons, and those who have seen both, and that includes some of the Pirate front office people that I visited with, they like this better than Camden Yards, and that's quite a feat.
Well, yes, it is. I have not had the opportunity to go to Camden Yards yet, but I know Mark Lewis told me he thought it was better.
Jim Leland told me he thought it was better. Grounded toward the left side. The play is to first. That's out number 2. Give an RBI to Young. A 1-0 Pirates lead.
Now that was just an emergency swing right there to try and stop from striking out. Watch how out front he is on that ball, and Vizquel's going to pick it up and take the out. He'll give Pittsburgh a 1-0 lead.
I'll bring up Don Slott, who hit 300 a year ago. Charles Nagy out of the stretch with a runner at second. 2 out now. It's a little breaking ball that nips the inside edge. No balls, 1 strike. Charles, I mentioned from Connecticut, he was an all Big East player there at UConn. Member of the 1988 United States Olympic gold medal winning baseball team. 1-1. Nagy is 26, but not for long. He'll turn 27 early next month. Charles, 6'3", 200 pounds. The Indians' #1 pick, one of them, 1988. Glimpse of Slott's spring training numbers. Swing and a miss. The other catcher they have on this team is a rookie by the name of Jerry Goff. So I think you'll see Slott behind the plate almost every day.
Sluggo will get his share of playing time, that's for sure.
Eventually took the job away from Mike LaValliere, who was back with Chicago. Nagy gets his second strikeout. The Pirates get a run. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh.
If you think you play like this, but you really play like this, you need help. You need Leslie Nielsen, star of the new home video Bad Golf Made Easier.
Billy, the reason the game is called golf is because all the other 4-letter words have been taken.
Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier teaches you the fundamentals.
Always remember, the only really useful tip in golf is the one you give to the starter.
Secrets the pros won't tell.
Never use the comb in the blue fluid.
And how to play the problem lie. It's the smash hit home video. Call now to order Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier.
What is our credo?
We don't play golf to feel bad.
We play bad golf, but feel good.
Call now to order Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier, only $19.98. This video makes the perfect gift. Rush delivery available. Call 1-800-626-7700.
You want sports, we've got sports. We've got Needle from 10 to 2. We've got 20/20 tickers at 10, 30, and 50 after the hour every hour. We've got Brenda from 2 to 5. We've got breaking stories as they happen. We've got Sindelar from 5 to 8. We've got play-by-play, The Tribe, Ohio State, the NFL too. If you've got WKNR AM 1220 on your radio dial, you've got it all. WKNR, all sports, all the time.
This program is authorized under television rights granted by the Cleveland Indians to Sports Channel Ohio and Associates solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians and Sports Channel is prohibited.
And that's not all that's going on this Gateway project. You can see the construction workers at the arena next door where the Cavs will play starting next year. This is just a terrific facility here in downtown Cleveland. Here's Eddie Murray. We want to say a special thank you to Chris Amon and Allison Conley and the staff of Classic Video who did all the work in putting together our brand new Open. We certainly enjoyed that. Hope you did. A lot of hard work went into it. Our thanks to Chris, Allison, and the crew. Wagner gave up one hit in the first inning, now facing Eddie Murray. Murray hitting .354 in the spring with a couple of homers, 9 runs batted in. Drove in 100 runs last year for the Mets. A switch hitter, and as Rick said, a future Hall of Famer. No question about that. Little looper, base hit. Second hit for the Indians, the tying run aboard to start the second inning.
Well, there's a good chance that Murray's going to start at first base opening day. When he does, he will be the all-time leader in games played at first base. Now watch this little flare off the bat. And, you know, I picked up one of his bats in spring training. It seemed like it weighed a ton. It looked like the lead bat. So two new guys get hits for the Indians.
That'll bring up Paul Sorrento, the 28-year-old from Massachusetts. Coming to the Indians in spring training of '92 from Minnesota. Takes strike one. Those his numbers from last year. 18 homers, 65 runs batted in. The one thing he wants to cut down on is strikeouts.
Well, I think Paulie can do that. I think Charlie Manuel here is really going to help Sorrento. What he did, he changed his hand a little bit as far as getting him up in the strike zone. And Paulie goes to left field a little bit better now. And when Sorrento's using that left center field on over, he's got good pop the other way. I think Charlie Manuel is really going to help Sorrento out a lot this year.
The Indians would like to see Paul play every day. 2-1 the count.
I think he's at a critical time in his career also. This is his third full year. There you see. Is that Charlie Manuel? Was that it's tough to see. I got a glare. That was like Phil Regan.
Runner going. They were not holding Murray and he took off.
Yeah, this is the year for Paul Sorrento, his third full year here. Guy had a good first year as far as average goes, and he wants to pick that up.
Now it's Charlie
Manuel. You see who's sitting next to him right over on his left. Mark Lewis, that's right.
Part of the new coaching crew. Louis Isaac is back as the bullpen coach. You mentioned Buddy Bell, who's here as well, along with Phil Regan. Time called by the home plate umpire.
You know, talking with Charlie Manuel before the game and around the batting cage, he had mentioned, boy, I said, boy, these guys have really had a great spring. He said, hey, they can hit. All you got to do is really leave them alone.
Sorrento is 28 years old. Played collegiately at Florida State, where he was an All-American. The final spring training game of 1994. It starts for real right here on Monday. Fly ball opposite way. Back is Clark to the warning track. To the wall, it's over his head. Eddie Murray being waved around third. He'll score. The game is tied. Sorrento going the other way with an RBI double.
That's exactly what I was talking about right there. Watch him keep his hands back, and that ball's down and away. If he tries to pull that ball, it's a weak grounder to second. Instead, goes the other way. Clark out in left field looked a little lost on that ball as it curled over his head. High hopper off the wall enables Murray to come around from first. You see Newman waving him home. Sorrento now with his 14th ribby in spring training and tied this ball game up at 1.
Still nobody out in the inning. Sandy Alomar, who's having a terrific spring. 4 homers for him. A .349 spring training average after another season that was dissected by injuries last year. Flips this one foul, but how well he played after coming back from spending time with Charlie Manuel.
Well, he felt strong. He says he finally felt healthy, and that is the key, I think, to any athlete. You've got to be healthy. And Sandy with a great spring this year.
He hit .323 in the last 45 games after returning from the back surgery. A little bit low. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike.
See, what Charlie Manuel did with Alomar is had him stand upright more. Sandy used to have a really wide stance. He kept him upright. Sandy's 6'5". What that does, it enables him to go the other way with that ball to right field, and that's when Sandy is at his best. If you remember his rookie year, a lot of base hits out in right and right center.
Hits the breaking ball to the right side. He's out at first, and moving on to third is Sorrento.
But that's his job well done right there. A little grounder to move the runner over.
Go-ahead run at third with one out for Jim Thome.
You see, I don't know if that's a splitter or what, John, but that ball stays up. It's Sandy concentrating on hitting the ball on the ground that way. Does it? Out number one here.
Congratulations to Sandy for doing his job and putting Sorrento at third. And Jeff Newman greets him there. Thome has 4 homers and 18 runs batted in the spring, and there are his outstanding numbers at AAA.
This is not a bad 8th place hitter for your ball club, is it?
He hit 7 more home runs, drove in 22 after coming up, and with one out, the Pirates are forced to bring their infield in, which should help Thome. Jim hit .266 after being recalled. (2-0) the count on Jim Thome. Was the International League Player of the Year with those hefty numbers at Charlotte. That's what he's done so far this spring.
There's a lot more Indians action to come, so sit back and open an ice cold Budweiser for that fresh, pure, natural taste that comes from the king of beers.
Rick, I have to tell you the truth. When I came today, I did bring a Coke. But the closer I got to the stadium, the forecast kept getting better and better, and I left it in the car.
You don't listen to me. I said, come on, it's going to be sunny.
You were right, partner. 3-0 the count. Thome rips it towards center field. Martin in and over, tagging and heading for home is Sorrento, and the Indians move on top 2-1. Thome will pick up his 19th spring training RBI.
That gave Mike Hargrove, the manager, on a 3-0 count to let this 8th place hitter go ahead, and if he likes that pitch, you'll see it's down at the knees. Good location, but Thome stays right on it. Hits it deep enough to center, gets the sac fly, puts the Indians ahead.
Now it's Manny Ramirez's turn. Ramirez, the 22-year-old from Brooklyn. Indians' #1 draft pick in 1991. Indians, a couple of hits and a sacrifice fly, have taken the lead in the bottom of the 2nd inning. He swings at the first pitch and pops it toward the Pirates dugout. It's just out of play.
That's the good thing about this park this year, is there's not a lot of foul territory. If you look from about first base on out, it really narrows as it goes down into the outfield. There's a substantial amount behind home plate.
At AAA, a .317 average. He was outstanding at AA as well. Had one great game after being called up to the major leagues, but struggled after that fantastic day in Yankee Stadium, hitting only .170. And there are his numbers from spring training. And that's why he's the starting right fielder. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gets him swinging. 2nd strikeout for Wagner, but the Indians pick up a pair of runs and take the lead. We'll move to the 3rd with the Indians on top of the Pirates 2-1.
Bud Light, please.
Tonight's ladies' night, and there's a special on Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Oh no, it's Ted from accounting.
No, they made us feel very comfortable. Well, they weren't pushy.
And I was given all the time. Just go ahead and make the decision. It allowed you to think, sit back. We took up the better part of their Saturday and part of their Saturday night in closing all this up. And nobody made me feel like, look, let's get this done so I can get out of here. And I feel like I'm at home over there. It's a friendly place. It's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, we did do better at motor cars.
1, 2, 3.
We did better at motor cars.
You know, we cram a lot of savings and value into every ad for B&B Appliance, but they're really little ads. I just wanted to show you what I think is one of the best parts. It's this. 1924. B&B Appliance has been serving customers like you and your parents and grandparents for over 70 years. So what would you rather have? A bigger ad? Or a long-term commitment of trust? B&B Appliance, where you get the best price and more for your money.
Sports Channel's coverage of Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Lube Stop. You can't top Lube Stop for an expert oil change. By RCA, the people who introduced TV now proudly present RCA Home Theater TV.
We welcome you back to Jacobs Field, top of the third inning. Foley batting for the second time. Tom grounded out to first base, his first time up. Facing Charles Nagy in his third inning. A tapper foul. Trickles into the visiting team dugout. I came out before the game and Mike Hargrove was sitting in the Pirates dugout. And I went over and I said, Mike, I don't know if you know this or not, but our dugout's on the other side. He said, yeah, but he said, I got more friends over here. That one is just foul. Don Foley at the plate is a veteran. He's been around a while. He is the Pirates player rep, I believe. A utility ball player. Had some good years in Montreal. Indians have a 2-1 lead. Foley takes ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The ticket sales going well in Pittsburgh, not like Cleveland, where 2 million have already been sold. Congratulations to all of the folks here. Fly ball foul, out of play down the third baseline, and a special tip of the hat to Bob DiBiasio, Susie Garrity, Bart Swain, people in the media relations office, John Maroon. They have worked like crazy getting this ready. 500 media credentials today. 700 on Monday.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for Monday to get over with so they can just take a deep breath and just relax.
That is just foul. Foley thought that might have been fair. Peppering that first baseline. Foley is now 34 years old. This one's fair. Sorrento is there for the second time. Paul, unassisted, takes care of Tom Foley.
The shortstop, number 3.
That'll bring up Jay Bell. He took the Gold Glove away from Ozzie Smith after what, I think 13 straight years.
That's right.
Jay is now 28 years old. That trade was in spring training '89, right toward the end of spring training. Slicing down the right field line toward the corner and out of play. And Jay's got the ability to hit the ball in the gaps.
Well, he uses the whole ballpark, John, and you can see he'll go right down that right field line. He's got that flat bat.
He's had 30 or more doubles each of the last 3 seasons.
See how that bat is flat, and he can just put a nice smooth swing on it, and he can go from line to line.
We are not seeing Andy Van Slyke, who's having a good spring. I saw Andy in the training room.
He hit a ball in spring training off the batting cage. It ricocheted down and hit him in the eye. So
he's still wearing a shiner from that as Nagy gets the strikeout.
I don't think Jay Bell agreed with the last 2 calls, but you'll see Nagy just threads the needle on the outside corner right there and hit Alomar's glove, and home plate umpire Brian O'Neill gave him the call.
Al Martin will step in now for the Pirates. The Indians lead it 2-1. Hits this one well toward right field. Back is Ramirez. Plenty of room. 1, 2, 3. The Pirates are done in the third. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Kenny Lofton, Omar Vizquel, and Carlos Baerga coming up.
Investing your money by mail, huh, Ernie? Did you ever think you're sending your money to strangers, Ernie? There is an easier way. Just visit your local Society Bank and talk to one of our investment specialists. So, Warren, don't send money to strangers. Just invest in Society, where to grow. I believe that's a federal offense, Ernie.
There's no substitute for experience. The Lube Stop experience. We are the oil change experts. No one does it better, faster. A complete 14-point Pennzoil oil change. Nothing is overlooked, and it only takes 10 minutes. We guarantee your complete and total satisfaction. Over 2 million oil changes. Now that's experience.
You can't top Lube Stop for an expert oil change.
Get Pennzoil performance, protection, and quality.
Lube Stop.
The mid-size Dodge Dakota Sport V6 gives you a bigger bed than Ford Ranger or Chevy S10. It gives you a Magnum engine with more horsepower than their base V6s, the safety of available four-wheel anti-lock brakes, and a standard driver's airbag, something Ranger and S10 don't even offer. So really, the only thing compact about Dakota is the price. See your nearest Dodge dealer today.
The new Cleveland Indians team shop is now open at Jacobs Field, along with your favorite Tribe merchandise. This team shop also features a museum complete with various memorabilia, a history of Indians uniforms, and a Hall of Fame wall. The team shop is open during Tribe home games and during scheduled hours on non-game days. And if you've ever been in there, it is beautiful. Got a lot of merchandise for sale you'll see around this ballpark.
See those new uniforms? You can buy one of those in there, can't you?
Absolutely, yes you can. They've got those jerseys for sale. You got the money, they got the jersey.
Lofton will lead it off. Lined out to short his first time up, 2-1. The Tribe on top. We're in Jacobs Field for the first time ever. Called strike one to Kenny Lofton. That's just foul. One thing I've noticed about Kenny this spring is, I don't know how to describe it exactly, maybe a more relaxed attitude, certainly more talkative, a little more outgoing. Seems very comfortable now with where he is.
I agree with you. I feel he's talking a lot more than he used to. It was tough to try strike up a conversation with him now, but he seems very relaxed.
At age 26 from East Chicago, Indiana. What a trade that was with the Astros in December of '91. That's just foul. He's trying to serve it the other way. But he knows there's a Final Four on today.
Well,
he was 88.
You're right.
He was in the Final Four with the Wildcats of Arizona.
Last time they were in it. Kenny was a part of that ball club. Former Cleveland Cav on that team as well, Steve Kerr. I don't know if he's taking time right there. It looks like his side. You see him wincing.
Remember, he did originally hurt the rib cage.
Let's see if
on a swing.
It's tough to tell from there. He took a little extra time out around home plate.
Foot. That's no fun.
No, if it didn't get his side, you might as well get your foot. Wagner coming inside on this pitch, and watch him just beats it down onto his front toe.
Ouch.
Yeah, well, he's got new red shoes though to take care of that.
Yeah, right.
The old steel toes in there.
Yeah, you can laugh now. It wasn't funny when it happened to you.
Exactly right. You can do a lot of things up here that you couldn't do down on the field. And laugh at one of those is one thing you can do.
Popped up, out of play, left side. A souvenir, some of the 42,400 or so who are here. And a lot of them are standing beyond the railing in left field.
I think that's what really makes this ballpark is that opening out there where some of the fans, it's almost like a teaser. Where you can see the big gate is on the outside, and that's some parking back there where you can walk by it and look into the stadium and see a little bit of the action. I think that's great.
There are people standing outside as well. We have them on the roof of the parking garage. Lofton is out number one.
Good off-speed pitch there by Wagner. I don't know if that's a changeup or a split finger or what, John, but He's had him look at how far out front Lofton is. That's a good off-speed pitch.
The batter is Vizquel, 1 for 1. Singled and stole a base. Shows bunt. For the most part, Rick, much better batting left-handed than right-handed. Yes. As we mentioned, he had a good, strong first half and tailed into the low 200s in the second half of the season. Remember the play that he made barehanded for the final out of Basio's no-hitter?
Yep. Oh, well, he made that play about 15 times last year, but yeah, that
he made it yesterday too, trying to throw a guy out.
You know, the people of Cleveland are going to realize that this guy is very, very good fielder, a slick fielder. He's very acrobatic. Not that Felix Fermin was not by any means, but this guy may have a little more range, and you are really going to enjoy this guy as the year goes on.
He's only 26. He slaps it to short, backhanded by Bell. The throw to first in time. 2 up and 2 down in the Indians' half of number 3. They lead it 2-1 in Jacobs Field.
Not a bad play there by Bell. Stop, plant, and throw.
Here's Baerga.
We're looking, I think this is basically how the wind's going to blow over the course of this year, John, is from left field to right field. I think it's going to help the hitters from the left side part of the plate.
We'll get a chance to show you those flags up on top of that huge scoreboard area. Carlos flips it foul. It is blowing basically, as Rick said, from the third base line across toward right field.
Yeah, I think that's how the wind will be most of the time.
I'm just wondering if the American flag in center field is big enough.
I just looked up and saw it tangled around the pole.
Baerga with a roller to second base. Folder will take care of him, and the Indians go in order. Right now, we're going to go to the third member of our broadcast team, Lisa Berkey, who's standing by with the mayor of Cleveland, Michael White. Lisa?
That's right, Lisa. That's right, John. With me is Mayor Mike White, and he had quite a performance before the game even started, throwing out the first pitch. Talk to me about that.
Trying to throw out the first pitch. Clearly, I am not a threat to anybody who's on the Indians team today.
Did you work at it?
Didn't have much time to warm up, but I don't frankly think it would have made a difference.
Your feelings walking into the park today. I know it's something that's been on the agenda here in Cleveland for so many years. What did you feel like?
I felt so proud for our community. So many people have worked so hard to make this day a reality. This has to be the most beautiful park in all of America, the largest scoreboard in all of the North America. We have a lot to be proud of, and we're going to keep moving forward as a community.
We were talking a little bit on the walk down here. What aspect of the park do you most enjoy, are you most proud of?
I think the thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that this is a stadium that is designed to meet the needs of the spectator. It is a very intimate park. People are very close, and they've gone to great lengths to keep the community as close to the action as possible. And I think that's good. I think people are paying to come here. They're paying a considerable amount of money. They're as close as you can humanly be to the action, and that's good. There's no stadium anywhere in the country that's going to top that.
Well, as everybody here in Cleveland knows, you worked very hard to make this park a reality. We have a very special guest coming in on Monday who's also going to throw out a pitch. Are you going to call him and give him a little word of advice?
Well, I'm going to hope that he won't be as short as I was in throwing out the first pitch, but I have a feeling that the president is probably a little better athlete, so he'll get it up to the plate.
Thank you very much for joining us, Mayor.
You.
John and Rick, back up to you, a special guest and somebody who was an integral part in making this ballpark possible.
And he, like the rest of us, should be very proud of this beautiful facility.
We're going to have Michael White go down and work with Fernando Montes, the strength and conditioning coach, so we can work that arm into shape.
We're headed to the fourth inning, a 2-1 ball game. The Pirates will send up King, Merced, and Clark. Charles Nagy has struck out 3. He's given up 2 hits. The Indians have 3. Each team has an extra base hit, a double. Still waiting for our first Jacobs Field home run. The Pirates did a pretty good job home run wise in the spring. They hit 32.
I didn't realize, hit 38. I didn't think they had that kind of power as a club, but then again, you got, I think the numbers are inflated down in Florida. Everybody likes to hit a few long balls.
That's true. Actually, Rich Donnelly said that they had their strategy down. Every time the wind was blowing out in Bradenton, they hit fly balls.
Well, that's the key. They're going with the elements. That's all they have to do during the year.
King hit only 9 home runs last year, but he drove in 98. The count is 2 balls, 1 strike.
He's in the tough slot in that batting order, hitting in that 4 slot. He's not a big power guy. And and they have Van Slyke in that third slot. You've got to try and protect Van Slyke, and this is a guy that he had to learn the hard way. #1 draft pick that has battled his way up.
Certainly has. Takes a strike. Full count, 3-2. He's a very quiet young man, almost shy when he first came up. Didn't want to talk about himself or anything else.
It's tough to do anymore nowadays.
Well, especially when you're a #1 pick.
Yeah, exactly, the way the media is.
Chopped off the plate. Thome at third. On the run, and throws him out. Well, the Pirates, you talk about their run production. They scored more runs than the Phillies, who won their division. But they also gave up 100 more runs than they scored.
That'll always do it.
I liked Mike Hargrove's quote that he does not think we'll be talking about Jim Thome's throwing in September.
That's true.
Jim has made
He's
some errors.
going to be fine. He's a young player coming up, and I think more of it's mental. I think everybody goes through it. The same thing is going to be said for Manny Ramirez, you know, in right field about his defense. But I'll tell you, early in the year, you'll see these two guys out of that ball game in the 7th if they have the lead, and they'll go with their defensive replacements until they work their way in.
Espinosa and Kirby.
They did the same thing with Albert Bell 2 years ago. Albert worked his way in, now he's a fine defensive outfielder. So it's going to be the same thing with these two young guys. You just have to have patience.
Hit up the middle and into center field. Merced gets the 3rd Pirate hit. Tying run is on here with 1 out in the 4th inning for Dave Clark. Got a base hit to be followed by Brian Hunter, who doubled. There's Charles Nagy. He's given up 3 hits, struck out 3 so far. Ball 1, down and in. Could be 2. Baerga with a flip to Vizquel on the first double play. A combination we hope to see a lot of in 1994. 4-6-3 on the double play. It's 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Next up in the Cuprinol on deck, we'll have Albert, Eddie, and Paul. Stay with us.
Roberto Clemente was one of baseball's greatest heroes, both on and off the field. Known as one of baseball's greatest outfielders, Roberto was a 12-time All-Star, won 4 batting titles, but most of all was a world humanitarian until his untimely death in 1972. Now you can share a piece of this legend, commemorating the 20th anniversary of his death with this beautifully detailed 23-karat gold stamp. This officially endorsed gold stamp comes with its own first day cover inside a protective wallet, along with an official certificate of authenticity. For only $34.95, this valuable collectible is for baseball fans of every age. Here's how to order yours.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-651-3200. That's 1-800-651-3200. Or send $34.95 plus $4.50 shipping and handling for your 23-karat gold stamp and official first day cover to Roberto Clemente Gold Stamp, P.O. Box 1809, Department 7, Hicksville, New York 11802. New York residents, please include sales tax.
When the sun goes down and the lights go on, Cleveland sports fans know where to turn. Needle at night. When the workday begins and you've got to talk sports, then it's Needle for Sports. Bill Needle now from 10 to 2 on AM 1220 Sports Radio WKNR. With commentary, insight, sports newsmakers, and more. No other choice. Needle for Sports.
Welcome. It's 5 minutes after 10 o'clock.
No other choice. Needle for Sports. AM 1220 WKNR.
On your next visit to the ballpark, have your own personalized baseball card made at the Revco Donruss Baseball Card Booth. The card is complete with your photo on the front and Major League stats on the back. Now, I guess you can make those up, anything you want.
Well, in your case, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
Oh, wow. Perfect for trading with your family and friends. The Revco Donruss Baseball Card Booth, It's for fans of all ages,
Hey,
including you, John.
You could change some numbers, you know?
That's what I'd like to do is change them. I can't make them up.
Here's Albert Bell batting for the second time. He struck out. First time up, one of 3 strikeouts. Wagner showing a good fastball on the first pitch. It's outside ball 1. Albert Bell, former LSU player. A 27-year-old facing a 26-year-old. Albert pulls it foul past Jeff Newman.
Nice play by the ball boy there. He must have got some new ones. Lefty?
He is on the white top.
Yeah, that's what they'll look like come Monday, I believe.
Albert break a bat.
Yep.
Here you see Buddy Bell.
That looks like his position in the dugout right there, where he can sit and eye that defense, because he is the defensive coach as well as Mike Hargrove's bench coach.
Now explain a little bit in your mind what a bench coach's responsibilities are.
Is to try and keep aware of moves. He'll help fill out the lineup card when another manager makes moves or when Mike Hargrove makes moves, and trying to keep him aware of something that he doesn't see, you know, during the course of the game when he's talking to a player. His job is to be the second set of eyes for manager Mike Hargrove.
Bell back to the plate now. The count is 1-1. Hits it on the ground to second base. Tom Foley is there, takes care of Albert. He's 0 for 2, 1 away in the 4th. That'll bring up Eddie Murray. He got things going with a base hit in the second inning, scored on Sorrento's double, and Sorrento then coming in on Jim Thome's sacrifice fly for the 2 runs and a 2-1 lead. Eddie, a 38-year-old from Los Angeles. He is number 3 all-time in Grand Slams. 17 times he's gone deep with the bases loaded.
I remember when I was playing here with the Indians, he's done it a couple times when I was in center watching it sail over my head.
Pops it out of play. He is number 1 among active players in hits. Number 2 among active players in home runs and runs batted in to Dave Winfield.
Well, just his whole attitude is going to help this young Cleveland offense right here. And on the same wave, it's going to be Dennis Martinez as far as the pitching goes. These guys have been a very good influence, and Mike Hargrove has been impressed the way these guys really handle these young kids in spring training.
The count is 1-2 on Murray, who spent a dozen years in the Orioles organization, where he was in a couple of World Series, 79 and 83. Hope you were with us on the pregame show, and you got the outstanding feature that Tom Hamilton did with the Hargrove family, a slow roller to first. Young takes care of Eddie Murray. 2 quick outs now. 8 in a row. Retired by Wagner. The Pirates pitching staff coming off back-to-back shutouts coming into this game today. So the fact that the Indians have scored is an accomplishment.
It really is. And the 2 teams they shut out, one being the Philadelphia Phillies, the other being the Toronto Blue Jays. You figure it out. They're supposed to have bad pitching.
Lifted in the air down the left field line. King might have a play as he works his way to the warning track and puts away out number 3. The Indians go in order for the 2nd straight inning. We'll head toward the middle part of the ball game with the Tribe on top 2-1.
They say experience is the best teacher. Over 2 million Pennzoil oil changes. Now that's experience. But at the Lube Stop, we took it a step further and built one of the finest training facilities in the country so that you'll feel confident knowing that all Lube Stop technicians go through intensive training to be the top professionals in the industry.
You can't top Lube Stop for an expert oil change.
Get Pennzoil performance, protection, and quality.
Lube Stop.
Koenig Sports. Name your game. Koenig's has what every cleanup hitter needs. Save now on the Easton Hammer aluminum softball bat and Easton's Magnum, the ultimate lightweight Little League bat. Then get a home run grip with a pair of Franklin Cabrera leather batting gloves. Koenig Sports saves you money right now on a batter's best friend. Koenig Sports. Name your game.
Sports Channel's coverage of Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Cuprinol, maker of fine wood stains, sealers, and preservatives. By Stihl Chainsaws and Trimmers. Your Northeast Ohio Nissan dealer. It's time to expect more from a car.
Welcome back to Jacobs Field. Along with Rick Manning, I'm John Sanders, and let's reset the situation here. First game ever in this gorgeous new ballpark. The Indians leading 2-1 as we go to the 5th inning. Charles Nagy matched up against right-hander Paul Wagner on a beautiful afternoon in Cleveland Stadium, and Bobby DiBiasio coming in to see how things were going from our perspective.
He's had to check, I think, stop everywhere in this ballpark to make sure.
Well, they have done a terrific job. Our congratulations to all concerned, from the architects to the custodians. They've just, everything is perfect. Now all we need to win, right? Brian Hunter doubled. Last time up, rips this one down the left field line, but it's hooking out of play. And there's exactly what Rick Manning was talking about. You see how close the stands are to that foul line. There's not much room down there at all.
Once you hit that the bases between first and third, it really cuts down. It's almost like a slice of pie going down into the corner, which as a hitter you like.
Give you a chance to go back to the plate now and then.
Well, it may take some time to see if this is going to be a hitter's ballpark or a pitcher's ballpark. I'm sure it'll vary as this year goes on.
Well, some nights it'll be one.
Yeah.
Other nights it'll be the other.
Hitters will say, "Oh, it's a pitcher's ballpark," trying to intimidate him, and the pitchers are going to say it's a hitter's ballpark as the head game keeps going on.
Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. It'll be Hunter, Young, and Slot due up. See how much juggling the 2 managers do now that their rosters, their squads are set. Ready for the start of the season. Pirates fly out tonight to San Francisco. The Indians will be back here tomorrow for a special workout, which will be open to the fans for a donation that goes to charity. It's been a full week. The Bob Feller statue unveiling, special ceremonies today. There's a fly ball to left field. Albert Bell in and over. That's the first out of the Pirates' half of inning number 5. And of course, opening day on Monday with the President of the United States and Bob Feller throwing out first balls. Tuesday is an off day, and then we'll be right back here on Wednesday on Sports Channel for the first ever night game in Jacobs Field. Ground ball to short. Vizquel scoops and got it.
Well, for the Ohio Lottery, the jackpot tonight will be $8 million, so you better hurry up and go get that ticket.
I'll do it right after the game.
Well, you have to, because you're going to try and hurry and watch that Final Four after this ball game. $8 million, John. Make sure you buy me a couple.
Okay, I will. I'll buy you the non-winning ones. 2 outs, nobody on. Slot is 0 for 1. He struck out. Nagy has struck out 3 so far this afternoon.
I think you'll buy yourself a couple non-winning ones.
Probably. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's all I've ever bought, non-winning tickets. If I ever do win one, I'll call you from somewhere.
You'll be, yeah, I'll be right down to see you.
Ground ball speared by Charles Nagy, the underhand toss, and that's it. The Pirates go in order. We are halfway through the first game ever at Jacobs Field. The Indians leading Pittsburgh 2-1.
Once in a while, a breakthrough comes along, like a flat latex wall paint that holds up against stains. New Everclean, only from Sherwin-Williams. We'll take tough stains like grease, red wine, tea, grape juice, coffee, mustard, and let them set overnight. Everclean is the flat latex wall paint with a finish so smooth stains don't stick. Stains don't stand a chance with new Everclean.
It's Sherwin-Williams.
We can't resist comparing Dodge Dakota Club Cab to Ford Ranger and Chevy S10. After all, the mid-size Dakota has a roomier cab, a bigger bed, more towing capacity, and more standard horsepower. But one thing you won't see is a comparison of available V8 engines. Because with Ranger and S10, you can't get one. See your nearest Dodge dealer today.
Investing your money by mail, huh, Ernie? Did you ever think you're sending your money to strangers, Ernie? There is an easier way. Just visit your local Society Bank and talk to one of our investment specialists. So, Warren, don't send money to strangers. Just invest in Society, where to grow. I believe that's a federal offense, Ernie.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 5th inning at Jacobs Field in Cleveland, Ohio, in beautiful downtown Cleveland on a gorgeous day. Final spring training game of 1994.
Well, party suites provide a great way for fans to enjoy an Indians game this season. 3 luxurious private suites are available to groups of 30, including game tickets and a complete menu of food and drink. Call group sales at 420-HITS to organize your party suite outing today.
We have activity in both bullpens right now as we move into the middle part of this ball game. Wagner's done a good job. He's retired 9 in a row now. The last to reach was Paul Sorrento, who doubled to drive in the first run for the Indians. 72 total pitches now for Charles Nagy, and it's Jeremy Hernandez in the bullpen.
So we figured right about 80 pitch mark.
Alomar grounded out to first base, his first time up. 0 for 1 this afternoon. We cannot see who's warming up in the...
Looks like Jeremy Hernandez.
Oh, that's for us. I was talking about their bullpen is busy too. I'm not sure who that is.
Well, if you can see whoever's pitching, you got the greatest eyes in the world.
You can see around corners.
That's right. You got X-ray vision. We're going to put an S on your chest.
It'll be Alomar, Tommy, and Manny Ramirez here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He's trying to add to a 2-1 lead. Hit on the ground again to first base. Same combination as Young goes to Wagner. Sandy is out number 1 in the 5th inning.
The third baseman, number 20.
We'll bring up Jim Thome. And on most of the players, you don't see a lot of the red stockings. On Jim Thome, you see plenty.
It'll look a lot better with the all-white jersey. It's the old style.
Recovers, but can't make a throw. That really had a funny spin on it as it kind of reversed to him. I think they're going to give him an infield hit.
Oh, they have to right there. There was an awful lot of spin on that ball. As you see, that ball was on the inside, Thome inside outs on that swing. And when that hits the dirt, it spins the other way. Look at the swing right here and watch the spin on it. As you'll see, Bell, it's going to be a great play to pick it up anyway. But he just can't grab it on the first hop, and Thome gets an infield base hit.
Hit number 4 for the Indians brings up Manny Ramirez. The crowd has really been enjoying this, but they've been kind of quiet for the most part.
You know why? I think they're just taking it all in and looking at the angles at the scoreboard and everything. I really do believe they're just enjoying it.
325 down the alleys here, 370 or down the lines, 370 in the left center field alley. In right field it's 375. Is out to 405 as that wall kind of squares off and comes back toward the Indians bullpen. It is beyond the center field, visiting team bullpen beyond right field.
Both bullpens with 3 mounds in them, normally just 2.
Warm up the whole staff if you need to.
Staff and a couple fans if you want.
Ramirez is just 22 years old. '92, he was at Kinston. Really exploded in '93.
I really believe that this guy's got a chance to win the Rookie of the Year, John. Offensively, you do not see many people come around with the way the ball jumps off this kid's bat. He may have a problem early in the year with striking out because he doesn't know the big league pitchers yet. But I think as the season goes on and he starts to feel more relaxed, you're going to be impressed.
He hit that one hard, but right to the left fielder. Ramirez lines out to Dave Clark. That'll bring up the top of the order, and Kenny Lofton will check in for the third time. Kenny's 0 for 2. He's lined out and struck out. And he hit that ball well. Mark Lewis, quick handshake. Here is the Gold Glove winner in center field for 1993.
But you know, that's right. He does play. All three center fielders in the American League won the Gold Glove. You got Griffey and you got Devo White.
Trying to beat out a bunt. Wagner takes care of him. That takes care of the Indians. Here in the 5th inning, we'll move to the 6th with the Indians on top, 2-1.
For years, the people of New England had a secret. A secret that guarded them from the harsh weather. A secret that protected their wooden vessels from the raging storms. And what they use to protect their wood, you can use to protect yours. Wood preservatives, stains, clears. Cuprinol, we promise the best.
During the Dodge National Minivan sale, there are even more reasons to love Caravan. In fact, depending on which Caravan and which options you pick, you could save up to $2,600 on the minivan that already exceeds 1998 car safety requirements. The Dodge National Minivan sale, the place to go for people who don't know when to stop. See your nearest Dodge dealer today.
You know, we cram a lot of savings and value into every ad for B&B Appliance, but they're really little ads. I just wanted to show you what I think is one of the best parts. It's this. 1924. B&B Appliance has been serving customers like you and your parents and grandparents for over 70 years. So what would you rather have? A bigger ad or a long-term commitment of trust? B&B Appliance, where you get the best price and more for your money.
We hope you'll join us right back here at Jacobs Field on Wednesday, April the 6th. It's the Mariners and the Indians, and it all starts with Indians lineup at 6:30, and that is the first night game at Jacobs Field. Should be a lot of fun. Great fireworks display coming up after the game. The Mariners and the Indians, second game of the season, first night game ever, right here on Sports Channel. It's a day game today, and we have some changes. There's Wayne Kirby. He'll take over in center field for Kenny Lofton. We have a new pitcher as well as the right-hander Jeremy Hernandez comes on.
Jeremy Hernandez will be appearing in his 8th game this spring. He has a record of 1 win, no losses, an ERA of 4.70 in 7 2/3 innings. He's given up 8 hits. He has walked 2 and struck out 6. So Hernandez coming on to replace Charles Nagy. Charlie, who went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, a run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Nagy with a chance to win this ball game, leaving with the lead 2-1.
Indians on top as we move to the 6th inning. 72 pitches for Nagy, 46 strikes, 26 balls, and I think a good outing for Charlie.
Well, he had a lot of ground balls there, and he had some good downward action. I don't think he was controlling that breaking ball like he would like, but it's still early in the year. But a fine for his last time in spring training. I think it was a good outing.
The 27-year-old Jeremy Hernandez with the first pitch to the leadoff batter, Tom Foley. Hernandez coming from San Diego on June 1st of a year ago. Swing around to second base. The ball is hit to short. There's that bare hand pickup by Vizquel, and he got it.
That's going to go 1-6-3 right there. Looks like it glanced off Hernandez's glove. This guy, doesn't matter if it's a high hop or not, but watch, he loves to barehand this ball. Watch Vizquel. There you'll see Hernandez gets a glove on it, but as you see, man, that ball was still going pretty good for a barehand. 1-6-3 for the first out.
Jay Bell will bat. Jay is 0 for 1 with a walk. The Indians about hit the Pirates 4-3 and lead on the scoreboard 2-1. As the former Indian steps in. Last year, Hernandez appeared in 49 games for the Indians. He was 6-5 with 8 saves. An ERA of 3.14. He got in trouble with the long ball a few times.
I was just going to mention, when he first came here, he got off to a terrific start, and then all of a sudden, the long ball creeped into his game. I believe he gave up 12 home runs and, you know, less than 75 innings, and that's what you cannot afford to do coming out of that bullpen. You've got to keep the ball in the yard.
Inside to Jay. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Hernandez makes his home in Yuma, Arizona.
He does? I didn't know anybody would live there if they had a choice. Used to be the training home of the San Diego Padres. The Padres.
Well, he was with the Padres.
Yeah.
That's probably why he lives in Yuma.
Not only the servicemen lived out there, the Air Force people, but they moved their training home with the Seattle Mariners this year to Arizona.
Got a brand new facility.
Peoria.
Very happy with it. How about Seattle? Boy, did they have a spring, huh?
They had a terrific spring.
These two teams both coming off strong spring trainings. Leland said what he hoped to do was play around 500, so it would take some of the heat off when they got home. Well, they put on that 8-game winning streak, and they played much better, obviously.
The Ohio Lottery is making more millionaires than ever. Ask a Super Lotto retailer how you might become the next millionaire of the month. Match any 3 of 6 winning Super Lotto numbers, and you could win $1 million.
Second time today, the Jay Bell has drawn a walk. He was the one player that Nagy walked in his 5 innings. Hernandez has walked his first. Tying run is on. 1 out. The batter will be Al Martin. Keep me fresh here, Rick, if they try to sneak any subs into this game like they did in Plant City.
Well, they can't do it. They cannot do it as often because they only have the 25 guys, John. So I'm not worried about today. We'll catch it if it happens.
Ball 1. Martin is grounded out and flied out this afternoon. Hit .281 with 18 homers last year for the Pirates. Leland kind of starting over in Pittsburgh with a young team. No more Barry Bonds', more Doug Dravics.
Well, they've had to work, you know, they're what they call a small market town. You know, they've struggled over there.
And they continue to have their problems.
Talking about that franchise, even the possibility of moving Pittsburgh.
I think that's certainly within the realm of possibility. They had a real struggle just to get their games on television. That went to court last week before it was settled. They are televising today, by the way, back to Pittsburgh. Jim Leland has his son with him here today. I was wondering, I didn't really ask any of them if they sneaked back to Pittsburgh last night after they got here.
Boy, that would have been an awful quick trip.
Yes, it would. Hernandez leans in. Jay Bell on at first. 26-year-old Al Martin at the plate. He chops it foul. Last year was Martin's rookie season, and he led National League rookies in runs scored. Second to Mike Piazza of the Dodgers in home runs. So he had a pretty solid first season. Fouled away again, this time down the left field line. Back up in the seats. It starts for real on Monday here at Jacobs Field. Dennis Martinez against the big unit, Randy Johnson. Then on Wednesday night, Jack Morris and Chris Bosio, followed by fireworks. And Thursday, to wind up the first homestand, it's Charles Nagy against Dave Fleming. minutes to Kansas City and California.
Well, that's not bad. If they can escape here without a rain out or a rain delay, you know, early, it's been an awfully tough winter. If they can get out of here, then they get to Kansas City where they should have some decent weather, in California. Let it get nice here.
Count was full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
See if Jim Leyland has Jay Bell running on the full count. Pittsburgh not a team with good speed. Last in the league last year in stolen bases, only 13 in spring training this year. They've been caught 9 times.
Of course, when Van Slyke and Bonds were at their best, that was a part of their repertoire.
Right. Well, Pittsburgh has always been a team with guys that could run. Remember Omar Moreno and Miguel Delaney.
Fly ball to left field. Albert Bell back to the warning track near the wall. Reaches up, can't get it. Bell had the hold up at second, but he'll be waved home now. He scores. The throw comes to third. It'll be a triple, and the game is tied at 2. Albert almost came up with a good catch against the wall.
Well, I think there's a case we just had the first chance to see. I don't think Albert knew where he was on this ball. He looked back, and I think if you ask him, he'll tell you he should have caught it. You'll see where Martin goes that way. Now he turns around to see where he's at, but he doesn't really get a good look as he jumps, and I think he was thinking he was going to hit that wall a little before he did. Comes ricocheting way off and enables Bell to come all the way around and score to tie the ball game up, and now the Indians with the infield in. Both teams with 2 runs on 4 hits.
Go ahead, run down at third, just 1 out. Jeff King, who was their big RBI man a year ago at the plate. Jeff is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Out of the University of Arkansas. Infield is in. Credit Martin with a triple and a run batted in. That one kicks away from Alomar, and the Pirates have the lead. It'll be a wild pitch and a 3-2 Pittsburgh advantage now.
Well, Hernandez does have a problem sometimes of bouncing that ball in the dirt. And what it is, it's a split finger. Watch Sandy trying to get his body in front of it, and it just ricochets. Looks like it went off his wrist, but went too far past Alomar, and Martin comes by with the go-ahead run. He had the body in front, but it just skipped past.
2 for the Pirates here in the 6th inning. They lead it 3-2. Infield now drops back. Still just 1 out in the inning. The count is 3 balls and no strikes. And he didn't throw any strikes to King. A walk's in. 2nd walk in the inning, and that walk turning out to be costly as Bell came around to score the tying run. And then on the wild pitch, the go-ahead run scores. Now on 4 pitches. Walk to Jeff King, and Orlando Merced steps in 1 for 2. Jeremy Hernandez is going to have to dig in now. The Pirates have turned the game's only double play. It was back in the 4th inning. 5 straight bad ones. Sorrento to Vizquel. Hernandez covers the throwback, the double play. 3-6-1 on the double play. That ends the inning. But the Pirates get 2 and take the lead.
Winning Ohio over.
It's been said there's safety in numbers. That's why your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers offer these 3 numbers that add up to the #1 selling car in America. All with dual airbag standard and anti-lock brakes. And of course, there's considerable safety in numbers like these.
Winning Ohio over. Have you driven a Ford lately?
You know, we cram a lot of savings and value into every ad for B&B Appliance, but they're really little ads. I just wanted to show you what I think is one of the best parts. It's this. 1924. B&B Appliance has been serving customers like you and your parents and grandparents for over 70 years. So what would you rather have? A bigger ad or a long-term commitment of trust. B&B Appliance, where you get the best price and more for your money.
If you've been a victim of negligence on the job, you have a call to make.
It was a terrible accident, and I didn't know my rights.
Maybe you're intimidated by the legal process. Don't just call a lawyer, call a firm.
The machine had a safety shut-off, but it didn't shut off.
Nürnberg Pleven has represented over 60,000 personal injury victims since 1929.
If I didn't make that call, I'd still be a victim.
Nürnberg Pleven, because you won't get justice by accident.
Welcome back to Jacobs Field, and with me is the man of the day, Mr. Dick Jacobs. Describe the feelings walking into the park today and seeing all these people.
Very gratifying to see happy people that we've waited so long to enjoy a facility like this. It's just a very, very wonderful day, very euphoric.
Well, everybody around here, Rick and John, he's the most popular figure in the park today, and he signed more autographs than anyone. We'll let you go back to the action on the field because this man right here wants to watch it himself.
All right, we're going to get him some runs. Congratulations to Dick Jacobs and, of course, the entire Indians organization as we have a new pitcher for the Pirates. This is another one of their starters, Randy Tomlin, the left-hander, trying to battle his way back from an injury-plagued 93.
As we find out, both pitchers, Paul Wagner, Randy Tomlin, they'll be pitchers 4 and 5 for the Pirates this year. This lefty's battled back from injury last year, so Wagner, pretty good performance today. He gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. Did not walk anybody and struck out 3.
And it is his game at this point. Charles Nagy will not figure in the decision. He left with a 2-1 lead. It's now 3-2. The Pirates have the lead. Look at some of Tomlin's numbers from 93. Vizquel batting right-handed for the first time. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the first, grounded out in the third. Makes a called strike there. It's a full count, 3-2.
Left-handers, Mike Cargrove. This may be a, like you say, situation where Vizquel, a better left-handed hitter than right-handed hitter, may flip-flop that batting order and move Vizquel down 9th, where he can get somebody else into that slot.
Flies it into shallow right center field. It's tracked down by Al Martin. That is the first out now in the 6th inning. We want to welcome everyone who's watching this game and invite all of you who are watching today for free to call your cable operators and sign up right now for 60 of our Indians regular season games and 40 of those games, remember, from the new ballpark right here. But make those phone calls soon because we're going to start on Wednesday. Here's Baerga batting right-handed for the first time. 0 for 2 this afternoon. He's flied out, grounded out. Kenny Lofton is finished for the afternoon. He went 0 for 3 today. Pulled to the left side. King is there. Baerga out number 2. That'll bring up Albert Bell. Albert has struck out and grounded out so far this afternoon. Eddie Murray with a quick word for him, and that's something you're going to see a lot of. You've got the veterans on this team with Morris now here, Martinez, and Murray. They can add so much by doing what they do verbally.
This is the first time that the Indians have faced the Pirates this year in spring training, and Murray coming over from the National League, I'm sure has faced Tomlin many times from the right side. He's telling Albert maybe how he may, his approach to try and get him out. From watching the first 2 right-handers, he started them both off inside to try and work something back out over the plate.
Albert lifts it high in the air. Don Slott coming back, but he will not have a play. Another souvenir of the first game in Jacobs Field. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. The Indians have had only 1 hit since they scored 2 runs in the 2nd inning.
That's a Jim Thome infield single.
Those bats have been quiet. Bell rolls it foul. One of the biggest problems we had today was finding our way around.
That's true. Well, I guess pretty well today. I've been in through here, you know, a few times prior to today, but never with all these people in, and usually I had to walk around with a hard hat on.
That's right.
You know? Chief Wahoo on the hard hat and try and get through here. But now I think we've got it down pretty much. You know, maybe a wrong turn here or there, and that may do it.
Well, I got lost in the clubhouse for about a half an hour because I couldn't find the exit.
That's understandable. Place is huge.
Drive to deep left field. Albert Bell. Foul. They'll chase that one down up on the plaza. Albert just turned a bit too much.
Well, it looked like it was going to get to that foul pole, but it just cut in front of it. I knew it had the distance when it left the bat.
And I tell you what, those are major league foul poles, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They tried to get the big ones out there so he could hit it. I tell you, we may have a few riots out there this year for kids trying to fight for home runs.
For Albert Bell's baseballs, probably. 1-2 on Bell. Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And I'm like you, I thought that was the first home run at Jacobs Field.
I thought that was going to stay inside the pole. It may take us a while to judge it off the bat, you know, with all the new surroundings.
Pops it up. That one will be out of play. Just behind the dugout area. And the dugout seats that they have, which are great seats. Can't get any closer to the action than that.
So I've been impressed. The fans have made some good plays today. They've been practicing this winter.
There are the dugout boxes. Everyone that we've talked to who's seen the place for the first time, nothing but high praise. The count is now full on Albert Bell. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. In the bottom of the 6th inning. And Albert works a walk. The first by Tomlin, the first by a Royals pitcher today. Eddie Murray 1 for 2 with a run scored. Will step in. We're obviously playing the Pirates, not the Royals.
You know, I thought you said that, but I was writing down on my card, and I thought I heard Royals, and I said to myself, well, you're getting ready for
next weekend.
Next weekend.
Outside to Murray. He got a base hit in the 2nd. Grounded out to first base in the 4th inning. Again, another switch hitter who turns it around. With the left-hander Tomlin on. Paul Sorrento moves out on deck. Albert Bell leads away at first. He represents the tying run. It's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, we're talking now, both these teams with the day off tomorrow. Of course, Pittsburgh will be traveling to San Francisco, but the Indians with just a workout. I wouldn't be surprised to see his regulars go 9. Mike Hargrove, I think he's got Lofton out of there. He wanted to see if his side was all right, but I think these guys may go the duration.
Inside to Murray. 1. Do they call that a strike?
I don't think so. Let's take a look at it from our side angle. No, he's just trying to get out of the way of the ball. And that's where he's been working a lot of the right-hand hitters, way inside.
Ripped down the 3rd baseline, just foul. Albert Bell back to first. Albert very proud of his improvement in stolen bases last year. See what he does this year.
Well, with a situation now with like Eddie Murray hitting behind him, he's got to wait till Eddie gets buried in the count, because Eddie's got a chance to hit 25, 30 home runs, you know, and also add 2 points if Albert's on. So I don't think you're going to see Albert run as much unless they're forgetting about him and he feels he can get the jump and go. But we know one thing, he takes a lot of pride in his base
yes,
running.
He does.
Sometimes you have to put a lasso on Albert over there, but he loves to try and steal bases.
Murray, those 100 runs batted in last year for the Mets. There's a base hit to right field. That one will roll a bit. Albert around second on his way to third. Jeff Newman waves him home. Here comes the relay to the plate. Albert slides. He's safe. The Indians have tied the game. Murray with an RBI double down the right field line.
Great piece of hitting by Eddie Murray right here. As you'll see, he gets that pitch out over the plate and just slaps it down the right field line. Albert with a good jump, realizing that he got the opportunity to possibly make it home, and you'll see it's a good relay as well. But Jeff Newman says, I'm going to test it, I'm going to send him. You'll see Merced gets over there, hits his cutoff man, Foley. Foley with a good throw to Don Slott, but watch Albert just get his foot in before Slott could get back, and you'll see that ties the ball game up. Eddie Murray, 10 RBIs in the spring.
And his second hit of the afternoon. It's 3-3. The go-ahead run now in scoring position for Paul Sorrento, who's 1 for 2. Off-speed breaking ball outside, ball 1. Albert will need a blow as he raced all the way from first. 2 of the 3 Indians' runs have been scored by runners from first to home on a double. It was Sorrento's double that chased home Murray in the second. Now Murray's double down the right field line. It's Albert Bell home.
Well, you know, the coaches need their work too in spring training. We got to get Jeff Newman's arm waving. You know, he's got to get used to doing that this year.
He had it cranking. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sorrento. Good breaking ball. 1 and 2.
See, this is one thing that Sorrento wants to do this year. He wants to play against left-handers. Yesterday, he hit a 3-run homer off Tom Browning. And overall, this spring has done a good job against left-handed pitchers.
Wants to cut down on those strikeouts. 121 strikeouts in 463 at-bats last year.
I'll tell you what you'll see, I think, also. You'll see Mike Hargrove picking spots against tough left-handers where he could put Eddie Murray at first base and then, you know, give Sorrento a day off, which he's going to need, but he'll pick and play. So the same thing he will with Manny Ramirez in right field against some tough right-handers. You got Wayne Kirby on the bench to go ahead and, you know, make it a little easier on the kid.
Trying to pick up Murray. Leans away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think they announced the attendance, and I think we're in excessive capacity here. Yes.
Standing room?
40,523 is the attendance, and capacity is
42.4. Well, that's at least what they say, but there's some standing room. You see him out in left field.
That's going to be a great spot. I think you're right.
That's beautiful right out there. I think that's one of the nice spots I like about this ballpark. I had a chance to get out in the bleachers today as well, John. That's a great view.
There are no bad views. And the count now runs to 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, and Murray, who tied the game with a double on at second base. Wagner, the starter for the Pirates, went 5. Now it's Tomlin. The Indians have tied the game off him. Sorrento down on strikes. The inning is over, but the Indians get 1 and get even. We'll go to the 7th, tied at 3.
Every truck your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer sells is #1 in its class. And Ford F-150 is America's #1 selling full-size pickup 17 years running.
The Truck Authority.
#1 for safety, #1 for comfort, and #1 for value. With Ford F-150, your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers have earned the right to be the Truck Authority.
Ford dealers, the Truck Authority.
Hi. Is this space taken?
No.
Then I'll sit down.
You want a Bud Light?
Not yet.
Hey, wait a minute! That's my Bud Light!
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
How about a little help here?
Got a sad story about me and the kicker game. I'd be playing Super Lotto, and that's all that I would ever play. If they asked me about the kicker, I said, no, I don't play that game. I didn't play the kicker, and it's giving me play the blues. I didn't play the kicker blues.
Say oh yes to the kicker. You could win $100,000. Then bye-bye blues.
All fans attending the Thursday, April 7th game against Seattle will receive a free magnet schedule courtesy of Stop and Shop Supermarkets. Follow the Indians all season long on your official 94 magnet schedule. Order your tickets for this and any other home game by calling 241-8888.
New second baseman for the Indians. Baerga finished for this afternoon, and Mark Lewis takes over. It'll be Dave Clark, Brian Hunter, and Kevin Young scheduled up in this inning for the Pirates. Two teams are tied 3-3. It's turned out to be a very pleasant afternoon at Jacobs Field. Our vantage point is a good one. We're directly behind home plate. Line towards center, a base hit. One of the differences between here and the old stadium is that we are farther away from home plate than we were there.
Yeah.
Clark gets his second base hit. Hits are even at 5 apiece. This is our spot.
Not a bad view.
Great view.
And you mentioned earlier you don't think you have to worry too much about foul balls up in this position. I have a tendency to agree with you, but I always protect you anyway when there is one.
Well, if you won the Gold Glove, you should.
Yeah,
that's where
Gold
it works.
Glove, but I had stone hands.
Hunter doubled in the second inning. Royals scored a run in that inning. Then they picked up 2 in the 6th to take a 3-2 lead, but the Indians answered that in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it's 3-3 now. Lewis and Kirby, the two men used by Mike Hargrove off the bench so far. The Pirates have not made any changes in their position players. Each team has used 2 pitchers. Maggie went the first 5, giving up 3 hits and 1 run. He left with a 2-1 lead, and then the Pirates scored 2 runs off Hernandez in the 6th inning. He's pitching his 2nd inning. His control has not been pinpoint.
No, it has not. He struggled out there throwing strikes. That's going to bring Phil Regan out to have a chat with Hernandez. Got a left-hander out in the bullpen getting loose. I think that's Russ Swan, because I can tell Lilliquist.
No, that's not Lily.
No.
Hargrove working on the lineup card. It's posted in his brand new dugout. The Indians moving from the first base side to the third base side here at Jacobs Field.
Baseball is a game of tradition, and one of its newest traditions is the great taste of Bud Light. Baseball and Bud Light. Everything else, well, what else is there?
The baseball in a brand new ballpark. Runner going. Fly ball into right center field. Manny Ramirez is there. It's the first out of the 7th inning. Clark will go back to first. Hunter to the dugout. I'll bring up Kevin Young. The Pirates' first baseman has grounded out twice. The first time chased a run home, so he did pick up an RBI, his 10th of the spring. Don Slott has moved out on deck. We're in Jacobs Field here in downtown Cleveland. The first ball game in this beautiful ballpark. There will be a team workout tomorrow that folks are invited down to see. There will be a charge, and that money goes to the Cleveland Indians charities.
Did you realize after Monday's game they're going to dig up home plate and send that to Cooperstown? That one coming from the old stadium.
runner going. Bounce to third on the run. Thome throws him out. Clark will be at second with 2 away now. And Don Slott coming up, trying to give the Pirates the lead.
The catcher, number 11, Don Slott.
It's a 3-3 ball game with a go-ahead run at second base and 2 outs.
That's the big point difference between the two teams last year, although the records were basically the same. Pittsburgh in 1-run ball games, John, you had mentioned, is much better.
29 and 19. The Indians were 17 and 26. Yet the Indians did win 1 more game than the Pirates last year.
That's a big thing that the Indians are going to have to prove upon this year. It's the 1-run ball games. You know, you figure if you're 10 games over in 1-run games, you've got to be over 500.
You would think so.
Yeah, and they were not.
And when they lost, they tended to lose
big.
Big. Swing and a miss. The count is even at 1-1. They had some lopsided L's last year. Jeremy Hernandez with that habit of jamming the baseball between his fingers. But he doesn't stay that way always. He'll change it when he goes back into the glove. Down the right field line, it will float out of play. The grass is in great shape. See what we're talking about. It's inside to him, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner at second base is Clark. He opened the inning with a base hit. And it's full at 3-2. Indians, of course, winning the Governor's Cup game yesterday in Columbus, beating the Reds. 6-4 was the final, right?
8-4.
8-4. Sorry.
Won it, what was it, 6 out of the 7 years they played it.
2 men on. That's the 3rd walk by Hernandez in 2 innings.
Second baseman, number 16, Tom Foley.
Top of the order now, Tom Foley, who's 0 for 3. Indians wearing their special blue tops to their uniforms, brand new uniforms for the new season and the new stadium. Foley takes low ball 1. Didn't mean to. Alomar out in front, throws low, but it's picked by Sorrento, and the inning is over. Good job by Paul Sorrento. That one might have gone down the line,
That's
but
right.
He dug it out. The Indians get out of the inning. It's tied at 3. The first 7th inning stretch at Jacobs Field is coming up.
This year during the World Series, Budweiser will bring you the game within the game. The Budweiser World Series Classic. To play, go to your favorite store, look for this sign, and pick up an official game card. Then catch the Budweiser Classic play during each game of the World Series. Each one's worth $100,000. Who knows? You could make the greatest play of the series.
Nice catch.
Anyone can advertise a low monthly payment. Thing is, once you look down, that's how you feel. Down. But look at your Ford dealer's ad. Escort, under $250 a month with no down payment and no tricks. Suddenly, things are looking up. Escort, America's best-selling small car. Under $250 with nothing down. If you think anyone else can offer a deal like this, look down. Then look up to your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer. No wonder they're winning Ohio over.
There's no substitute for experience. The Lube Stop experience. We are the oil change experts. No one does it better, faster. A complete 14-point Pennzoil oil change. Nothing is overlooked, and it only takes 10 minutes. We guarantee your complete and total satisfaction. Over 2 million oil changes. Now that's experience.
You can't top Lube Stop for an expert oil change.
Get Pennzoil performance, protection, and quality.
Lube Stop.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 7th inning at Jacobs Field. The Pirates will run their 3rd pitcher out there for the game. Tomlin just 1 inning. We'll switch now to Glass Minor coming on to pick it up here in the 7th inning. He'll face the bottom 3rd of the Indians order. Alomar, Thome, and Ramirez are scheduled up. A 3-3 ball game. There's Minor.
Pretty good record, 3-0 this spring and a 3.09 earned run average. It's his 9th appearance, 11 2/3 innings, but he has given up 15 hits. Has walked 3, struck out 2. The Indians today have done what they've done so well last year. When that opposing club score, there's a bounce right back.
Well, all the scoring coming in the 2nd and the 6th innings. The Pirates scored first in the 2nd. The Indians got 2. Pulled to 3rd on 2 hops. King stays with it, flips to 1st. Alomar is 0 for 3. Hitting the first pitch off Glass Minor, 28-year-old.
Third baseman number 25.
Drafted by the Pirates back in '88. He appeared in 65 games for the Bucs last year. He was 8-6 with 2 saves and a 4.1 ERA. A California product. Jim Thome now steps in. Thome is 1 for 1 officially. A sacrifice fly, RBI in the 2nd inning. An infield hit back in the 5th inning. Thome just 23 years old, from Peoria, Illinois. Skies it to left field. Dave Clark is there, fighting the wind just a bit as he backpedals toward the track and runs it down.
Well, a brand new behind the fence picnic area awaits the fans at Jacobs Field this season. The Davy Tree Picnic Plaza is a 4-tiered area with great food and a super view of batting practice. Groups of 30 or more can call the Indians group sales office at 420-HITS to reserve their picnic date. Space is limited, so make your plans now.
2 outs in the 7th inning, and Manny Ramirez looks at ball 1 outside. Manny struck out in the 2nd inning and lined out to left field his last time up. 0 for 2 this afternoon, just 5 hits for each team today. A 3-3 ball game. The count evens out at 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm John Sanders, along with Rick Manning and Lisa Burkhew, and we are delighted to have you with us. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. We've been waiting for this for a long time, haven't we, Rick?
Yes, we have.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
I think a lot of people have been waiting for this for a long time.
The game on Monday is sold out as well. The Indians have already passed 2 million. Ticket sales, grounded foul outside 3rd. Fan tracked that one down. If you want to stay for the whole ball game, my advice is not to jump over and get those balls. Coming in is Foley, scoops 1-2-3. The Indians go in the 7th. We move to the 8th. We're still tied at 3 here at Jacobs Field.
Here are 3 premium flat latex wall paints and new Everclean, only from Sherwin-Williams, a paint that really holds up against stains. We'll take tough stains like grease, red wine, tea, grape juice, coffee, mustard, and let them set overnight. Everclean is a flat latex wall paint with a non-porous finish, so it cleans off easily. Stains don't stand a chance with new Everclean. Sherwin-Williams.
Koenig Sports. Name your game. Koenig's has what every cleanup hitter needs. Save now on the Easton Hammer aluminum softball bat. and Easton's Magnum, the ultimate lightweight Little League bat. Then get a home run grip with a pair of Franklin Cabrera leather batting gloves. Koenig Sports saves you money right now on a batter's best friend. Koenig Sports. Name your game.
Take a close look at the new Mercury Cougar XR7 and you'll see a wraparound interior with standard dual airbags, power windows and locks, even aluminum wheels. Now let's reflect on that to reveal the new special Max Edition Cougar with added features like two-tone laser striping, luggage rack, and special emblem. And with prices starting as low as $17,845, you'll see Mercury Cougar is a nice reflection of you. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
A new battery as we come back to Jacobs Field for the 8th inning. That's Tony Pena, a former Pirate, former Red Sox, former Cardinal behind the plate. And out on the mound, the former Mariner, Russ Swan.
Russ Swan, one of the last left-handers to make this, ahead of Brian Barnes. Mike Hargrove wanting 2 left-handers out of the bullpen. And Swan did a good job, and in his career, he has been very effective against left-handed batters. Think about a .213 lifetime batting average lefties. There's Seattle, what he did last year. He had some arm problems, and Seattle released him, and the Indians wisely picked him up because he can certainly help this ball club. And behind him, you've got Derek Lilliquist, so he's the one that won the battle of that left-handed relief spot.
Swan is 30 years old, from the state of Washington, appeared in only 23 games last year for Seattle. And that's after pitching in 118 games in 91 and 92. But he had a cyst removed from his knee in the middle of July, and then he went on the DL in August with elbow problems. Swan is 6'4", 210 pounds. Signed as a free agent in January. Facing Jay Bell, Al Martin, and Jeff King. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 in the Pirates lineup. 3-3 ball game. We're in the 8th inning at Jacobs Field. First 2 pitches missed, 2 balls, no strikes.
Let's give you the pitching line on Jeremy Hernandez. He went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and did not strike out anybody, and had a wild pitch in there where a run scored.
Bell taps it foul. Jay has walked twice and scored a run. Struck out 1 time as well. Swan from Texas A&M after going to Spokane Junior College. It was a career year for Jay Bell in 1993. And that's a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swan was originally drafted by the Giants back in '86. They traded him to Seattle in May of '90. Hit towards center field. Kirby, a little bit of a late break, and he won't get there in time. It drops for a base hit. Jay Bell drops a single into center field to open up the Pirates' 8th inning. It's hit number 6 for Pittsburgh.
Well, that's what you call a fister right there. This ball in on the hands of Jay Bell, and you'll see that's why Kirby was fooled. No chance of him to catch this ball. Placed perfectly in front. It's the 6th hit for the Pirates and the 1st for Jay Bell.
Each team has used 3 pitchers this afternoon. We're in the 8th inning. Martin shows bunt, takes a ball. Thome and Sorrento charging from 3rd and 1st. Martin tripled to drive in a run his last time up, the tying run, and then scored the go-ahead run on a wild pitch by Jeremy Hernandez. Tried to bunt it, got just a piece of it. Got a piece of Tony Pena. 1 ball, 1 strike. Martin checking in with Rich Donnelly, who is the 3rd base coach. Tommy Sant, Jeff Newman's good buddy, is at 1st in the coaching box. Of course, actually, he's not in the coaching box because none of them stand in him. Tried to bunt it again. It's foul.
See Martin, you know, in that 3rd slot, I'm sure they don't have him bunting a lot, but got that bat head out behind home plate and in foul territory, and there's no way you can put the ball down in fair territory if your bat's behind the plate.
One and two. This is a Pittsburgh team that used 22 rookies during the course of last season. Called strike three. Swan blew it past him for the first out.
Had him looking for the breaking ball, and Martin couldn't pull the trigger. You'll see Swan just rears back and throws that fastball right down the middle. And Clark was sitting for the breaker, you could tell.
It'll be Jeff King now, 0 for 2 with a walk. Vizquel and Lewis now the double play combination. The Indians have turned 2 double plays today. 1-4-6-3 and the last one 3-6-1. Final day of spring training for many teams. The season opens tomorrow night in the National League. Marge Schott's not happy about it, but they're still going to play.
Originally, I think they wanted the Indians on that Sunday night game.
They will have the Reds instead. Way outside. 2-1 the count. The Indians, we talk a lot about their bullpen. Their earned run average for the bullpen was second best in the league. The problem was that the bullpen had to be out there so much.
Led the league in innings pitched. Really wore down as the year goes on. That's the one thing. I think Pittsburgh's in the same boat. You've got to try and have your starters go longer in the ball games. You can save the wear and tear on that bullpen. Either bullpen blessed with a stopper, one that you'd consider a legitimate stopper. Of course, the Indians with Farr out in their bullpen, they just got to wait and see how his arm responds. I mean, he is going to start the season as their stopper, but can he come back in back-to-back games? I think that's a question mark that Mike Hargrove and the Indian staff have been asking all spring.
And I don't think they're confident that he can do that at this point.
Well, it may take some time, but it's nice that they have the luxury where they can throw a Plunk in there, maybe a Lilliquist, and every once in a while a Hernandez. But you see, another thing we've got to think of, I think Jose Mesa's out there. Now, he led this team in innings pitched last year and had wins, but now he's lost in the shuffle of the starting rotation. But can he come out of that bullpen, say for an inning or two? Can he throw strikes? I think that's another question mark that they've got to find out.
I think the potential is there. Runner going, ball hit toward second base. There's one, and that's all. Hesitation by Mark Lewis as Vizquel was coming across, but Mark couldn't decide whether to touch the base or throw it.
Well, he was undecided. I didn't think he realized how close he was to second base right here. This is a tailor-made double play. All Lewis has to do is step on the bag and flip it with King running. You see, he was waiting for Vizquel to come across. And Lewis plenty enough time to get there, step on it, and throw it.
That's some of what he will have to learn playing second base.
That's right. It's a new position for him this year where he's going out there and he's ready for it. He's just happy to be in the big leagues, and it doesn't matter where he's going to play. He wants to stay.
Orlando Merced is the batter, 1 for 3. 2 outs and 1 on in the top of the 8th. A 3-3 ball game from Jacobs Field. The first game ever in this glittering gem of a new ballpark. Line toward left field. Albert Bell over. That's a fair ball down toward the corner. The relay comes into Vizquel. Runners at second and third. A 2-out double the opposite way for Merced. He gets his second hit. The Pirates get their third extra base hit and have runners at second and third now with 2 outs.
This is perfectly placed. You see it off the end of the bat. Not hit as hard as Eddie Murray hit his to enabled Bell to come around and score, but you'll see Vizquel cuts it. Now the Pirates second and third, 2 outs, and the chance to take the lead in this ball game here in the top half of the 8th inning.
7 hits now for Pittsburgh. Mark Hargrove's club was just 5 this afternoon. It's 3-3. Swan looking for that third out of the inning. Swing and a miss by Clark, who's 2 for 3. Singled twice, scored, and grounded into a double play.
Well, normally during the year, I don't think Jim Leyland has Clark playing against left-handers. Normally he'll pinch hit or get starts against right-handers, and Leyland likes to do the same thing. But right here's a situation he's leaving him in the ball game to face that left-hander.
You might see somebody like Lloyd McClendon.
Exactly. He comes off the bench and he's their hitman off the bench. Veteran at doing that for Jimmy Leyland.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. We're tied at 3. Great to have you with us this afternoon. Baseball is back in a brand new ballpark. The 0-2 just stayed alive. Charles Nagy went 5 innings this afternoon, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. Hernandez a couple of hits and 2 runs in his 2 innings. And right now Russ Swan trying to hold the fort here in the 8th. Another 0-2 offering. Fly ball down the left field line. Albert Bell chasing toward the corner. And it drifts foul as Albert runs out of sight. It's Jeff King, the base runner, at third. Merced, who doubled, is on at second. Merced and Clark each have 2 hits this afternoon for Pittsburgh. Eddie Murray with a couple of hits, 2 of the 5 Indians hits. 1 of the runs batted in. Ground ball hit weakly toward Lewis at second base. That'll do it. Pittsburgh strands 2. They've left 6 so far this afternoon. The bottom of the 8th is coming up, 3-3.
You can still fly with Michael Jordan. All the excitement of the Jordan career is captured in this exclusive collection, the Michael Jordan Thrill Pack. Free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gets you into sports like no one else. Your Thrill Pack includes 2 free videos, Come Fly With Me 91 and Michael Jordan Airtime. Come fly with Michael to his early days in North Carolina and stay way up for the NBA and the original slam and jam and excitement. In Airtime, you go behind the scenes to see what it's like to be Michael Jordan as his championship dreams come true. Your Thrill Pack also includes this special collector's edition of Sports Illustrated. It's full-color excitement celebrating 3 seasons at the top. Get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Don't miss this big 3-pack Thrill Pack. It's the only way to fly. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Relive your greatest memories of Cavalier basketball by entering the Cavs Classic Weekend Sweepstakes. Send a postcard to the address on your screen, and you could win 2 tickets to both the April 22nd Bullets game, the April 24th Celtics contest, and we'll receive 2 nights of deluxe accommodations at the Tower City Ritz-Carlton. Plus, win tickets to the Cavs Fan Fest, a day-long basketball festival where you can receive autographs, relive Cavs memories, and talk basketball with the experts. Cavs Classic Weekend Sweepstakes. Enter today. Sports Channel's coverage of Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Koenig Sports, for sporting goods, exercise equipment, and more, all at everyday low prices. By your local Toyota dealers. By White Castle, for that one-of-a-kind steam grill taste you're craving. Come to White Castle now.
New pitcher for the Pirates as we go to the bottom of the 8th. This is Manzanillo. Ravelo Manzanillo, who has surprised a lot of people by making this ball club. Can't find him in the media guide anyplace. Well, the totals to this point: 3 runs, 7 hits for the Pirates, 3 runs, 5 hits for the Indians. No errors by either team so far. Kirby leading off, batting for the first time after he came on to replace Kenny Lofton.
This is where both managers, with the off day coming, they want to keep as many pitchers sharp as they can before heading into the start of this season. Try and get their bullpen an inning apiece just to get a feel.
And he's got a chance to fall as it drops toward right center field, and does. Look at Kirby hustling to second with a double.
No question right there. Kirby right out of the batter's box, thinking double when that ball was off the bat. And I think even if Merced comes clean on that ball, Kirby's going to be standing on second base. Good hustle.
Kirby drops a double into shallow right center field, and the go-ahead run is in scoring position.
He was way out front of that ball, but he had his hands back, so that ball bloops in there, and it goes for the 6th hit for the Indians. Kirby's first at-bat gets a knock today.
And Omar Vizquel 1 for 3 will bat, trying to pick up Kirby. Bunt here?
Yeah, I think so. No question about it. I think you're going to see him try and push that ball, or even take it, make King field it. Kirby, good speed. You want to see that third baseman field the ball. With the left-hander pitching, he may be breaking over towards third base, so just bunt it hard enough where King's got to field it. There you go.
Bunts it to King. Bare hand, throw to first in time for the out, but now the go-ahead runs 90 feet away.
See, that's done perfectly, and Vizquel knows it. And I said earlier, he's a good bunter. So that'll go as a sacrifice, 5-3, and that'll move the go-ahead run to third base and Wayne Kirby. And this is winning baseball right here. Force the third baseman to field it. They can get the out, and now Mark Lewis a chance to put the Indians ahead.
Albert Bell is on deck. The Pirates forced to bring their infield in. 1 out. Lewis swing and a miss.
Now, you know,
Marcus hitting .292 and has 7 runs batted in this spring. Kirby keeping it going. .342 coming in.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic spring. Kirby has. In every right, he still has the right to be playing right field.
Lewis takes a ball. 1-1 to count.
We're getting back to one of my favorite times to score.
Yeah, the bottom of the 8th.
When you're at home.
Let's not wait for the second out, though. Let's go ahead and do it here.
That's fine with me. However they want to do it, I'm going to let the boys do it.
Okay.
But that would be a great way to thrill me in this first game back, is scoring the bottom of the 8th, hold them in the 9th.
First time that Lewis has earned a job out of spring training. Fouls it away, not leaving the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Remember, Mark is only 24, part of that great draft crop of '88, along with Charles Nagy, one of the first-round picks. High school player of the year in '88, out of Hamilton, Ohio. He tried to go to the right side.
Well, he's got to hang in there and battle with 2 strikes now. He's got to put the ball in play right here. Doesn't matter how or where, you just got to put it in play.
Lewis last year at Charlotte, a .284 average with 17 homers and 67 runs batted in. Pulls it fair down the third base line, a base hit. Kirby scores, the Indians lead. Lewis on his way to second. Here's the throw. It's an RBI double and a 4-3 Cleveland lead.
Good piece of hitting by Mark Lewis as the ball on the inside part of the plate. And he just turns on it. He's very quick on the inside. You see him bring those hands through. So now that sacrifice bunt looks twice as good as he gets it down the line. Lewis with a double gives the Indians a 4-3 lead here.
How about some insurance? Albert Bell looking for his first hit in the new stadium. Walked and scored his last time up. He struck out, grounded out. Lewis at second. That's in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Slot, who really had to give up his body. That hit well out in front of the plate.
There's a 55-foot breaking ball.
But Sluggo, as he is known, stays with it.
Got Candy Maldonado on deck.
The bat for Eddie Murray. 4-3. The Indians have regained the lead here in the 8th inning. That right at his feet. 2 balls, no strikes.
I think this guy wants to throw Albert too much to hit in this at-bat.
First base open. Maldonado has moved out on deck for Murray. It's a strike past him on the outside corner. When you're ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes, you can really sit back and look for one in your zone. If you don't like it, you don't have to swing. I think that may be the one thing that stands out that Albert has learned more about, being selective at the plate.
Well, ended up hitting over 300 last year with runners in scoring position.
Pulls this one to the left side. Jay Bell takes the 2-hopper. Throws it low, but it's scooped out by Kevin Young. Albert Bell is 0 for 3. It'll be Maldonado batting for Murray. Murray went 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored this afternoon. Lewis still on at second base. Candy Maldonado, the 33-year-old from Puerto Rico. Coming back to the Indians last August, he had no fun with the Cubs. Hit under 200, hit 247 with 5 homers after joining the Indians in August. And he had a terrific winter ball season this year. Good spring training with 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. He had a line drive home run to center field in Plant City in a game we were televising that he wound up diving headfirst into third base thinking it wasn't a home run. He got up and came on in. 92, of course, and he was part of the world champion Toronto Blue Jays. Way inside. 1 and 2. Lewis with the RBI double is on at second base. The Indians have taken the lead 4 to 3. Bottom of the 8th inning. Hits are even now at 7 apiece. Pretty well played game. Getting ready for the start of the season on Monday. Both of these teams.
Something had to give in this one. Pirates coming off an 8-game winning streak. The Indians with a 5-game streak on their own. Trying to make it 6 and win their 19th of the spring. It's a good spring. That's a good spring. You get out of it. Everyone's healthy. You end on a positive note, possibly on a 6-game win streak. Stay right here in your own ballpark. Brand new one at that to open the season against a pretty good ball club.
Here's the 3-2. It's outside. 2 men on. The second walk given up by Pirate pitchers this afternoon.
First baseman number 11,
Paul Sorrento. A double in 3 trips, an RBI and a run scored in the second inning. The Pirates got 1 in the second, 2 in the 6th. The Indians got 2 in the second, 1 in the 6th, and 1 more here in the 8th to take the lead. 2 outs, 2 on. Sorrento takes ball 1. Manzanillo struggling, much as Jeremy Hernandez struggled with the strike zone in his 2 innings. The first game ever in Jacobs Field. Line towards center field. Al Martin is there, tracks it down. Sorrento hit it right on the button, but right at Al Martin. That ends the inning. We'll go to the 9th. The Indians leading 4 to 3.
This year during the World Series, Budweiser will bring you the game within the game. The Budweiser World Series Classic. To play, go to your favorite store, look for this sign, and pick up an official game card. Then catch the Budweiser Classic play during each game of the World Series. Each one's worth $100,000. Who knows? You could make the greatest play of the series.
Nice catch.
The RCA Home Theater comes with a new optimum contrast screen for blacker blacks, brilliant whites, and a picture so clear and bright
you'll feel like you're really there.
Come see all the RCA products that can make your life more entertaining at Portage TV in Ravenna.
Anyone can advertise a low monthly payment. Thing is, once you look down, that's how you feel. Down. But look at your Ford dealer's ad. Tempo, under $250 a month with no down payment and no tricks. Suddenly, things are looking up. Tempo, one of America's best values, under $250 with nothing down. If you think anyone else can offer a deal like this, look down. Then look up to your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer. No wonder they're winning Ohio over.
Welcome back to Jacobs Field. You might ask, during the first game here, with so much excitement, why am I at the concession stand getting a drink of water? But the thing is, they've changed the ballpark a little bit and made it even more fan-friendly. That is, you can go up to the concession stand, get your favorite beer, your favorite pizza, your favorite hot dog, and not miss a bit of the action. In fact, John and Rick, I can tell you, just because I can see all the action, that Eric Plunk is now on the mound for the Indians. Why don't you guys take it away and tell the fans a little bit more about Eric Plunk?
All right, enjoy that water, Lisa. It is Eric Plunk coming on.
Coming on to replace Russ Swan, the fourth pitcher for the Indians. And Eric Plunk, let me see this spring. 0-1 with a 6.94. He does have 2 saves, 11 2/3 innings, 16 hits. Coming on to try and save the Indians' 19th win and put a close on spring training 1994 for the Indians.
And you saw his numbers from last year. What you didn't see there are the 15 saves that he also had in '93. 2.79 ERA, and on-base percentage, opposing batters hitting .215 with men on against Plunk, who also recorded 16 holds last year. .70 games for Plunk a year ago. He'll face Hunter, Young, and Slott. We're in the top of the 9th inning. The Indians leading 4-3. Plunk is the 4th pitcher for the Indians this afternoon. Nagy for 5, Hernandez 2, Swan 1. And that's line down the left field line, fair, into the corner. The tying run is going to be at second base when Hunter stops. So immediately ripping a double down the line is Brian Hunter.
The first baseman, number 36, Kevin Young.
Well, he wasted no time. Greeted Eric Plunk. First pitch, a bullet down the left field line. Just stays inside the line. Goes all the way to the wall. Bell, no chance to get it. Just hits his cutoff man. And now the Pirates, their leadoff man in the tying run at second base. And we're going to get a pinch runner.
It's William Pennyfeather, number 25, pinch running for Hunter, who gets his second double, a 2-for-4 finish to his spring training. 2 doubles this afternoon. That's the 8th hit for the Pirates, and the tying runs in scoring position with nobody out. Inside to Kevin Young. Young is 0-for-3 with an RBI. He's grounded out 3 times. Don Slott moves out on deck, to be followed by Foley in the top of the order. Indians leading, and to hang on. It's 4-3. We're in the 9th. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eric Plunk in relief of Swan here in the 9th inning. Eric is now 30 years old. Indians signed him as a free agent April 2 years ago. New catcher Tony Pena. Omar Vizquel will join this conversation in the center of the diamond. 4 runs on 7 hits for the Indians. 3 runs, 8 hits for the Pirates. Here is Jose Mesa. The Indians bullpen. Pirates bullpen for the moment is quiet. Count 1 ball, 1 strike now. Eric Plunk will probably be remembered by trivia fans for being traded for Ricky Henderson twice.
Yeah.
Once to Oakland and once the other way. Upstairs, 2-1. Eric doesn't look too comfortable on the mound right now.
Well, when you come in there and try and throw that first pitch of strike, it gets laced down the left field line. That may be why.
We are initiating Jacobs Field this afternoon. That is the 5th walk given up by Indians pitchers. It's runners at first and second now. Tying run at second base. The go-ahead run on at first, and Don Slott. Certainly a candidate for a double play if you can get him to hit it on the ground.
Well, my guess right here is that he may be bunting. Get back to the top of that lineup. Nobody out here. Put the odds in your favor. You saw Mike Hargrove looking at his lineup card to see what he may want to do down the line. The pinch hitters that Jimmy Leyland has available. But certainly, knowing Jim Leyland and how good they are in one-run ball games, I would expect to bunt in this situation.
Runners at first and second. Nobody out. They get the bunt. It's a good one. Back to the mound. The play is to first. One away. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Give Slott the sacrifice. 1-4 on the putout.
The second baseman, number 16, Tom Foley.
Now it's Foley.
Now is when you make your decision on what you want to do. With the left-hander, you've got Jay Bell, probably their best hitter in the lineup, up next. So you've got to take your chance here with Foley. Bring the infield in. And if you get this guy out, then you can flip your coin and see if you want to walk Jay Bell.
No, they're going to walk him right here.
And they're going to go at the best hitter in Jay Bell.
This will load him up. The Indians trying to escape a jam here in the 9th inning. Cleveland leading by a run 4-3. The bases are going to be loaded with 1 out.
Well, this is the percentages that managers get paid for. They feel that he's got a better chance of trying to get Jay Bell to hit into a double play or strike him out than he does of getting Foley out. Indians, you've got to remember, still up a run.
And he likes the righty-righty setup better than the left-handed Foley.
Those are the decisions managers are paid to make. And we will see how it turns out.
That loads him up. For Jay Bell, the former Indian.
Shortstop, number 3, Jay Bell.
The Indians will look for a game-ending double play. We're in the 9th. 1 out, bases full. 4-3, the Indians lead. Jay Bell with 1 hit and 2 official at-bats. He's walked twice and scored a run today. Ball 1. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Just 1 out. It all started by Brian Hunter's leadoff double. Pennyfeather replaced him. He's on at third. Young, who walked, is at second. The intentional walk puts Foley at first. Out of play down the right field line.
Boy, I bet Bell would like to have that one back after missing with 2 breaking balls. Jay Bell putting the count in his favor. You know he's got to come with the fastball and throw a strike, and Bell fouled it off.
The view from right field. Zoom in on Eric Plunk. Dig his way out of a bases loaded 1 out jam in the 9th inning. Fastball and a good one, 2-2.
See, this one looked like on the outside part of the plate. Good location down around the knees. Now that is an excellent location.
Just missed. Full count, 3-2. The tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. The bases are full of Pirates. The count is full at 3-2. Payoff pitch, way outside. Game is tied. Third walk in the inning, and it's 4-4. Give Jay Bell the RBI. There's still work to be done. William Pennyfeather scores the tying run. It's 4-4. Phil Regan will go to the mound. Derek Lilliquist comes on. The game is tied at 4. We'll step away for a moment and come right back to Jacobs Field.
They say experience is the best teacher. Over 2 million Pennzoil oil changes. Now that's experience. But at the Lube Stop, we took it a step further and built one of the finest training facilities in the country so that you'll feel confident knowing that all Lube Stop technicians go through intensive training to be the top professionals in the industry.
You can't top Lube Stop for an expert oil change.
Get Pennzoil performance, protection, and quality.
Lube Stop.
Koenig Sports. Name your game. Koenig's has what every cleanup hitter needs. Save now on the Easton Hammer aluminum softball bat and Easton's Magnum, the ultimate lightweight Little League bat. Then get a home run grip with a pair of Franklin Cabrera leather batting gloves. Koenig Sports saves you money right now on a batter's best friend. Koenig Sports. Name your game.
Well, the fifth pitcher for the Indians, Derek Lilliquist, coming on here in the top half of the ninth inning. The Pirates have already pushed one across to tie this ball game up at 4. And Eric Plunk struggling today. Derek Lilliquist coming on. Get one out, bases loaded. Check out Lily's numbers this spring. Record of 1-0 and an ERA of 6.30. This is the 8th game he has appeared in. 10 innings, given up 12 hits. Walked 2 and struck out 4.
You saw his numbers from last year, 4 wins, 4 losses, and 10 saves for Derek in 56 games. He did make 2 starts as well. And we would like to welcome everybody watching this game and invite you to call your local cable operator and join Sports Channel and Indians Baseball. Our 60-game regular season schedule starts on Wednesday. So those are the numbers to call to sign up with your local cable operators, and we look forward to having you with us for the season. Eric Plunk not happy with his first appearance in Jacobs Field. Leaves the bases loaded. The game tied. Al Martin coming to the plate to face Lilliquist. 4 runs on 8 hits for Pittsburgh. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Indians. Ball 1 from Lilly. Lilliquist is now 28 years old. He's a Floridian from Vero Beach. Derek has pitched very well since coming over from San Diego. Picked up on waivers following the '91 season. This is his 3rd season in the Indians uniform, and it's ball 2. 3 walks in the inning by Plunk, 1 of them intentional. And the last one to Jay Bell, forcing the tying run across the plate. Bases are still loaded. Bell at first, Foley at second. And Young down at third, swing and a miss. Vizquel picks it, throw to second, double play. They could have got as many outs as they want, but it's a double play.
That's right, they got out.
It's a 6-4 double play. The inning is over. The game is tied. The bottom of the 9th is next. It's 4-4.
You know, we cram a lot of savings and value into every ad for B&B Appliance, but they're really little ads. I just wanted to show you what I think is one of the best parts. It's this. 1924. B&B Appliance has been serving customers like you and your parents and grandparents for over 70 years. So what would you rather have? A bigger ad? Or a long-term commitment of trust? B&B Appliance. where you get the best price and more for your money.
Take a close look at the new Mercury Cougar XR7 and you'll see a wraparound interior with standard dual airbags, power windows and locks, even aluminum wheels. Now let's reflect on that to reveal the new special Max Edition Cougar with added features like two-tone laser striping, luggage rack, and special emblem. And with prices starting as low as $17,845, you'll see Mercury Cougar is a nice reflection of you. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
200,049, 200,056. Hey, every second, 3 more people win Ohio Lottery instant games. The winning never stops, not even during a really bad horror flick like this. Scary.
Buckeye 5. More $100,000 winners all over Ohio every week. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of money. It's the easiest big win ever.
4-4 as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, along with Rick Manning and Lisa Burkhew. I'm John Sanders. And the Pirates will trot out pitcher number 5, Rick White, a young man who has made enough of an impression that for the moment he's going to be their closer.
Well, he has in spring training. He's 2-0 and a dazzling .60 earned run average. 15 innings, given up only 8 hits. Has walked 3 and struck out 7. Held the opponents to a 150 batting average in spring training. So, boy, he has been dealing this spring.
He's 25 years old, from Springfield, Ohio. Pirates drafted him in 1990. And this will be his very first time in the major leagues. Last year he pitched at Buffalo and at Carolina. A rookie on the mound. Bottom of the 9th inning. Tony Pena bats for the first time. He'll be followed by Jim Thome and Manny Ramirez. The Indians need a run. If there's one thing that Rick likes better than a run in the bottom of the 8th, it would be one in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, I like it better when you get one in the bottom of the 8th and you shut them down in the 9th.
It didn't happen that way. It could have been worse.
Yes, they got that double play to get out of that inning.
It was picked by Vizquel, the 6-4 double play, the 3rd by the Indians this afternoon. You see the value of Vizquel already. Check swing roller foul outside of first. Tony Pena and Junior Ortiz are very good friends. Those are his numbers last year with Boston. The Red Sox chose not to re-sign him. He came over to the Indians. He was locked up in a battle for the backup catching spot with his friend Junior. Ortiz was traded to Texas. And Pena is here, former Pirate. That's where he started his major league career before going on to St. Louis. Upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on and nobody out.
Well, this spring, Charlie Manuel has been working with Tony Pena. He's got him up to about a 35-ounce bat. That's why you see Pena choking up.
Pena's average in the spring over 300 at 306. Again, a check swing foul ball that skips back to the screen. Pena is 36 years old now. Caught 126 games last year for the Red Sox. He's been an all-star 4 times in his career. Just a piece of that one. Tony's mother was an outstanding softball player. He credits her with teaching him how to play the game of baseball. Line drive, left field. Clark is there. Tony hit it hard. Indians hit several balls pretty hard to right at outfield.
Well, the out of last inning, Paul Sereno hit that ball to center field right on the nose, but those are the old hang with them. You know, you hit them right on the nose. I'd rather hit one off the end and get a little flare and get a base hit, as I would have hit that line drive for an out.
Chunk one someplace and go to second.
Absolutely.
Here's Jim Thome. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Good fastball on the inside part of the plate.
Jimmy may be due for a blast here.
So looking for the first Jacobs Field home run.
We had one earlier in the game from Albert Bell, just foul.
It was a homer, just on the wrong side of the pole.
Yeah, if we take them down, it's touch them all.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Plenty of excitement here in the city of Cleveland over this young, improving baseball team. With the veterans that have been added, the 38s as they call them. It's Martinez, Murray,
Morris.
And Morris.
I was going to say, he's got to be right around there.
Yep.
With Jack.
That's outside. Goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. You've got Ray Miller, who has exactly the same pitching philosophy as Phil Regan. Work fast, throw strikes, change speeds. He fouls that one off.
That makes sense to me. You know, if you work quick, you get better defense played behind you. You throw strikes, the guys are going to be swinging the bats. You should have a quick game. Change speeds, keep them off balance, and they shouldn't hit too many too hard. I don't think it's as easy as it sounds, though.
It sounds good. Here's the 3-2. Got him swinging. I think with a high fastball.
Take a look and see if this one's out of the strike zone. Might be for Jim Thome, but he saw that thing. And that had some good movement going away from Thome.
Here is Manny Ramirez, the Indians rookie, starting right fielder. Changed up and got it in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Ramirez is 0 for 3. Struck out, lined out to left field, grounded out to second base. He's behind in the count here, 0-2. White is not wasting any pitches.
No, he's not. He's coming right at him. Good off-speed pitch. And keeping that fastball. It looks like it runs in on the hands of the right-handed hitters.
Got him swinging. 2 strikeouts in the inning. We go to the 10th, tied at 4.
Investing your money by mail, huh, Ernie? Did you ever think you're sending your money to strangers, Ernie? There is an easier way. Just visit your local Society bank and talk to one of our investment specialists. So, Ern, don't send money to strangers. Just invest in Society. Where to grow. I believe that's a federal offense, Ernie.
One of the great ways to measure the passage of time is with the start of each new baseball season. As the cold days of winter melt away into the fresh days of spring, the boys of summer begin their annual journey toward the classic of fall. Ohio's 2 storied franchises embark once again on this time-honored ritual called the baseball season. Who will win? Who will wait till next year? Only the days and months ahead will reveal the answer. Play ball.
Here are 3 premium flat latex wall paints and new Everclean, only from Sherwin-Williams, a paint that really holds up against stains. We'll take tough stains like grease, red wine, tea, grape juice, coffee, mustard, and let them set overnight. Everclean is a flat latex wall paint with a non-porous finish, so it cleans off easily. Stains don't stand a chance with new Everclean.
As Sherwin-Williams.
The RCA Home Theater comes with a new optimum contrast screen for blacker blacks, brilliant whites, and a picture so clear and bright, you'll feel like you're really there.
Come see all the RCA products that can make your life more entertaining at B&B Appliance locations.
First game in Jacobs Field, and we've got a little extra for you.
Why not? It's appropriate. Our first game, we didn't have enough. If there's anything that you want to cover around here, now's your chance.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of people have started moving around the stadium now as we go to the 10th inning, tied at 4. The Pirates coming up with a run in the top half of the 9th. Here's the new pitcher, Bill Wirtz.
Bill Wirtz, who was sent out earlier, but you know, they always carry a few extra arms for this situation. Right now, Hargrove used all his pitchers that he wanted to get ready for the year, and Bill Wirtz will come up and may end up finishing this ball game. Well, they do have Jose Mesa left, I should say, but he pitched yesterday in a ball game.
Well, they have Steve Farr out there as well. We have seen so far today Nagy for 5, Hernandez 2, Swan 1, Plunk and Lilliquist combined for 1 inning. And the batter will be Jeff King, the cleanup hitter for the Pirates. We're in the 10th, tied at 4 here in Jacobs Field. Hit hard on the ground to Thome. Skips up just a bit, stays with it, and Sorrento does not get back in time. The throw pulled him off the bag, and Paul could not get back. That is the problem that Jim runs into from time to time. That's the first error by either team today.
Well, this ball, what happens, it just jumps up on him right there. He fields it, gets it in his glove. I don't know if the ball sails on Sorrento, but you'll see it pulls him off. He can't stay on the bag. King gets there, so it's going to go as an E5.
And the go-ahead run on with nobody out here in the top of the 10th inning. Orlando Merced, the batter, he's 2 for 4. Pops it up. He almost threw his bat into the dugout box seats. 1 away.
On field number 35, Dave Clark.
That'll bring up Dave Clark, who is 2 for 4. 8 hits for the Pirates this afternoon. The Indians with 7. Will Wirtz is the 6th. Bill, of course, from Cleveland. I'm sure he's excited about playing in the a 4-4 ball game. We're in the 10th. Through the right side, a base hit. King around second, on his way to third. The throw comes to second. Runners at the corners now with 1 out for the Pirates. A sharp single for Clark, his 3rd hit of the afternoon, all singles.
For Pittsburgh, the designated hitter, number 25, William Pennyfeather.
Hit it right in that hole like you're supposed to do as a left-hander to get him on the corners, 1st and 3rd, and the Pirates a chance to take the lead here in the top half of the 10th inning.
And Pennyfeather will come up. He scored the tying run in the 9th inning when he came on to run for Brian. Indians now are in need of their 4th double play of the afternoon. Kevin Young is on deck. Fly ball left field. Bell back near the track. Makes the catch, and tagging and heading home with the go-ahead run is King. Pittsburgh leading now 5-4 here in the 10th inning. The Pirates searching for their 9th straight spring training victory. Grab the lead.
It always seems to burn you when you make a mistake. 1st and 3rd, only 1 out. Pennyfeather gets the ball in.
Fly ball to right field off the bat of Kevin Young. Manny Ramirez misses the ball. I think Pirates. And he just missed that one as he backpedaled. 2nd error of the inning. And grabbed the Indians in the 10th. 2 errors. The runs are unearned.
Well, I don't know if it's a Sunfield out there, but you certainly do not see any glasses on Manny Ramirez. And if that's the case, puts the glove up and the ball just goes between his glove and his head. He's lucky it didn't bounce off his forehead.
Tapper up the 3rd baseline. Tough play for Thome. Bare hands throws. Got him. Thome with a good play to end the inning, but his error opened the doors. And we go to the bottom of the 10th. The Pirates leading 6-4.
Are you frustrated trying to save money on your long-distance phone bill?
Everybody's got these different plans at different hours and different times and what have you, and I mean, none of us have time for that. You want to give us savings? Give us savings. Just give it to us.
You've got it. Introducing AT&T True USA Savings. Spend $25 a month and get 20% off your AT&T long-distance calls to anyone, anytime, anywhere in the USA. No gimmicks, no hassle, no calling circles. Just 20% off guaranteed.
I'm going to switch back to AT&T. I want to go back.
Call us at 1-800-PIC-ATT. The call is free, switching is free, and you get 20% off the AT&T calls you make in the USA. Call now and we'll even reward you for saving.
With AT&T True Rewards, you can also get points good for free AT&T minutes or free frequent flyer miles on Delta, United, or US Air.
I love that. That's great.
There's never been a better time to
rewards. Call us now at 1-800-PIC-ATT.
I ended up going back to AT&T, and I've been very satisfied.
Your true voice.
Koenig Sports. Name your game. Koenig's has what every clean aluminum softball bat. And Easton's Magnum, the ultimate lightweight Little League bat. Then get a home run grip with a pair of Franklin Cup money right now on a batter's best friend. Koenig Sports. Name your game.
Investing your money by your money to strangers, Ernie? There is an easier way. Just visit your local Society Bank and talk to one of our investment specialists. So, Warren, don't send money to strangers. Just invest in Society. Where to grow. I believe that's a federal offense, Ernie.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 10th inning. The first game at Jacobs Field, and right now the Pirates have the lead, but the Indians will send up the top of the order. They try to get back in at 2 unearned runs in the top of the 10th. A couple of miscues, very costly for the Tribe.
Certainly was to that point, but top half of the 10th inning, the wheels fell off.
The batter is Kirby. Looped a double into right lead, and I don't want to say that. Pirates tied it in the top of the 9th inning and took the lead in the 10th. Those 2 unearned runs. 6-4 is the score. Pittsburgh on 1. And the pitchers of record now, White and Wirtz. And White very impressive in his first inning. See how he does this inning. He retired 3 straight, including the last 2 on strike. Bouncing ball back to the box. Half of the 10th inning. The Pirates trying to win their 9th straight spring training game. Finish at 19-10. One of the best records in baseball in spring training. The Indians also came into the game searching for number 19. And they're going to have to go some if that's going to happen this afternoon.
2 bloops and a blast, isn't that what you say?
That's exactly right. Fly ball, legs it down. The batter now is Mark Lewis. This is double in the bottom of the 8th inning. He gave the Indians the lead. But it did not stand up. Before over 40,000 at Jacobs Field. The first game ever in this beautiful new ballpark. Lewis takes strike 1. You've got to be impressed with Rick White. He has thrown strikes.
He's thrown strikes, he's changed speeds, and he's been ahead of the hitters.
Popped up into center field. Squeezes it, and Pittsburgh finishes spring training with 9 straight wins. The Indians have their 5-game spring training streak ended. And the first game ever in Jacobs Field goes to the visitors. The Pirates win at the final.
The Tribe has made the move to Indians Park.
Now we're making the move on Sports Channel.
Hi, I'm Rick Manning.
And I'm John Sanders.
Lead off the season right by tuning into Sports Channel for 60 live exclusive Tribe games.
Catch the Tribe in its historic first season at Indians Park through Sports Channel. Sports Channel and the Tribe.
There's no stopping us now.
This year during the World Series, Budweiser will bring you the game within the game. The Budweiser World Series Classic. To play, Goat Card. Then catch the Budweiser Classic Play during each game of the World Series. Each one's worth $100,000. Who knows? You could make the greatest play of the series.
Nice catch.
There are a whole lot of folks winning lottery every day. 300,000. Wow! Sounds like you should play.
shots of Ohio love every hour, every minute, every second. There's a whole lot of winning going on.
One of the great ways to measure the passage of time is with the start of each new baseball season. As the cold days of winter melt away into the full journey toward the classic of fall, Ohio's two storied franchises embark once again on this time-honored ritual called the baseball season. Who will win? Who will wait till next year? Only the days and months ahead will reveal the answer. Play ball. Sports Channel's coverage of Cleveland Indians baseball has been brought to you by your local Sherwin-Williams paint store. The pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams, an official sponsor of Major League Baseball. By your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. By Ohio Lottery's Super Lotto game. Win hundreds, thousands, even millions. By Budweiser, Beechwood aged for a crisp, clean, classic taste. By the Motor Cars Group, you'll do better at Motor Cars. By B&B Appliances, where you get the best price and more for your money. And by Continental Airlines. Fly for peanuts only on Continental's Peanuts flights. Call 1-800-532-FARE.
The first game at Jacobs Field is over, and the Pirates in 10 innings, because of a couple of errors in the 10th inning, win it by a score of 6-4 over the Indians. We bring you now to our Budweiser player of the game, and unfortunately he plays for the Pirates.
He sure does. He comes on with one out, runners on the corners. It's William Pennyfeather hits this ball to left field to give the Pirates the go-ahead run in the top half of the 10th inning, and that's going to do it. Bill Pennyfeather, our Budweiser player of the game.
And those two runs in the very first game ever in Jacobs Field, but I think all the fans who came saw and enjoyed everything but the final score. But as we said at the beginning, the outclass, and it shone brightly this afternoon.
It certainly did. It was nice that everybody regular season. This was their curing for all the officials, but also for the players. So I'll tell you one thing right now. They have a workout tomorrow afternoon about 2 o'clock. They will be ready.
We thank you for being with us this afternoon and remind you our next game on Sports Channel will be on Wednesday when the Tribe turns on the lights at Jacobs Field for the first night game of the new park against the Seattle Mariners. Our coverage begins at 6:30 with Indians lineup. The executive producer for Indians baseball is Stephen A. Liverani. This game produced and directed by Tom Farmer. Our associate producer is Carol Langley McDermott. And our associate director has been John Moran. Coming up next, high school basketball, the girls Division I championship to follow on Sports Channel. Again, the final from Jacobs Field. In 10 innings, the Pirates beat the Indians 6-4. For Lisa Burke and Rick Manning, I'm John Sanders. Thanks for being with us. Enjoy opening day, and we will see you on Wednesday. The preceding has been an exclusive production of Sports Channel.
Promotional considerations provided by Armatron, America's watch for superb quality, design, and value. Featuring magnificent diamond